Hello, everyone. What is going on? My name is Timpedia, and welcome to the TNT Podcast, episode 49, I think?
It's been so long since we've recorded, I forgot that this podcast existed.
Sorry for not being here
49
last week. We pretty much all had stuff going on that prevented us from being on here, so it's been a hot minute. And funny enough, we don't actually have a ton to talk about. Most of everything we want to talk about happened in the last week, last few days even.
Yeah.
There's probably more other stuff, but who the fuck cares? We'll just...
Who the fuck cares?
Look, there's always something that we should talk about, and then all of us don't add anything to the show notes until 10 minutes before we record. So
when you notice that the show notes is exclusively just the weeb shit and a blank topic section.
Hey, I had something in here before you had the weeb shit in this week. I had E3 in the Leslie comment.
Damn.
But we're gonna do just very little news this week. We're recording this on Tuesday, June 12th, 2018, and there is E3 is going on right now. So we're doing a big E3 blowout, and then next week, if you guys don't hear us talk about a game you want us to offer opinions on, leave a comment, and we'll get to that. And anything that comes, I think there's still at least one thing today. Oh my god. Okay, you did put Smash on there.
It's already like 6 o'clock their time. Actually, yeah, no, they have evening stuff.
I don't know if there's more stuff going on, but I'm sure we've also missed some games that people might want to hear our opinions on. So feel free to let us know what E3 stuff you'd like us to talk about a little more, or even just more than we do, because there's a lot of games we're going to give like a sentence or two to.
I thought Nintendo was supposed to be the last one.
They probably are, but like I said, there's so many games that as well. But there is a little bit of Magic news this week. Battle Bond came out this past weekend. But
I didn't even know that I was coming out so soon. I thought it still had a couple more weeks.
Nope. But yeah, because it missed your and Luigi's visit by a weekend.
Yeah.
But anyway, the store didn't get any, and don't go to the store anymore. That'll be in the weeks.
Rip.
But we suddenly got some new spoilers yesterday for a bunch of cards from the next set, Core Set 2019, which comes out in a month.
I was in complete shock that it was spoiler season this week because I saw no announcements.
Yeah, apparently they revealed the packaging and a bunch of promos and stuff today, and over the weekend we're starting the grant. So there's a special thing I think we've talked about. How this is the 25th year event Magic, so there's a bunch of special events happening this summer, starting with Grand Prix starting this weekend. And one of them is they're going to start showing off M19 cards early this weekend, show a few more, but they showed a bunch of rares and promos and stuff and welcome deck cards. There's a lot of stuff they showed.
There was. At first I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. And then it suddenly hit me. This is a core set. A lot of these cards are super duper simple and very like regular, most generic you can imagine Magic cards, which isn't a bad thing. This is definitely, good for standard. But I completely forgot what it was like the last time I looked at spoiler season for a core set. But honestly, there are some, I don't want to call them high, like they're not low or like mid-power reprints that they're throwing in the set. Like the first card they showed up is Reliquary Tower.
Which is amazing because it's a promo foil that looks gorgeous. I'd easily pick up one of these.
Yep, the promos for this set look great. But today they showed off one of my favorite cards, Mentor of the Meek. And I'm happy they're going this route. These are these cool cards.
If you read through that Reddit thread, they actually spoiled it already on Day 9 Spell Slingers when it came back, but it was buried in a thread about the show. So no one actually noticed, but now that it's officially back. Dang. But it's okay. It doesn't mean anything. It was just funny because I was just looking at that thread.
Point is, I'm excited about some of the fun reprints they're going to throw in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of neat stuff in here. Not to get into too many specific cards. There is one bit of controversy. Tyler, do you remember us talking about that buy a box promo where the only way to get a card was to buy a box from a store?
Oh my god.
Yes, I do remember this promotion.
It was basically a red-white only for Commander card. And I think we talked about probably about 2 weeks ago when we found out that was going to continue at least for one more card. They spoiled what the promo card is for this set, and people are mega pissed because this one
Damn.
already seems to be leaning into the might be good enough to be standard playable. And the red-white commander card that's like only commander and maybe a little bit of brawl playable is only like $5, but it shouldn't be $5. It should be like a quarter if it was in a pack. So I'll read what this card is. It's Nexus of Fate, 5 blue, instant. Take an extra turn after this one, and if it would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle into its owner's library instead. This is insane because old take an extra turn effects were 5 mana. Then Wizards changed them to basically be 6 mana plus a benefit. This is 7 mana, but it's instant speed, which is the first time we've ever had an extra turn card be instant. Ever.
On top of that, it has like this potential to just let you infinitely loop it, because the idea is like if that's a hypothetical scenario, that's the last card in your deck. You draw it, you play it, it goes back in your library, so your next turn you have a card to draw, so you don't instantly lose the game.
Yeah.
So it's a cool concept, it's a good concept, and this is a card people are going to want, and that's actually a little bit of a problem. Wizards had this weird spot where they're like, you know, we want to have the promos be a card you want, but the problem is if it's a card you want, it's going to be expensive.
That usually means it's good.
And Wizards just like, fuck it, whatever. If people want it, they're going to buy more boxes. It's good for everyone except for the players. And they made a choice that's good for everyone except the players.
Rip.
Yeah, so it's...
Rip.
I actually wouldn't mind getting one of these for Kess, just because it's a very pretty looking card, and I wouldn't mind having another take an extra turn card in that deck, because I only have one right now.
I feel like this has been like an ongoing theme.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, hey, we're hyped for this thing. Oh, Blizzard spoiled it, or not Blizzard, Magic, or Wizards is gonna spoil it. Ah, this is fucking garbage. Everybody's mad.
It's just disappointing because it's like, this is a card that's really cool, but how is anyone gonna get this card? Like, it's frustrating.
It really is.
I will say, Freeman, you mentioned the promos for this set. I just want to reiterate, if you look at that Militia Bugler card, like the new frames they seem to have designed for some of these promos is drop dead gorgeous. I
really
fucking love the frame.
I know I had aired some concerns when they started playing around with the frames a little too much the last couple sets, but I definitely think that going crazy on promos is definitely a good thing to do, and I like how they're doing it.
Oh, yeah. I will say I do not like how Gutter Snipe and that Demon have that 25 in the corner.
25?
If you look at Gutter Snipe and Demon of Catastrophes, the card has a little Planeswalker symbol.
Oh, in the bottom left of the art. I didn't even notice it. I was just happy that Gutter Snipe was reprinted.
I honestly, though, I fucking hate that artwork.
Oh, yeah, it's stupid ugly. But the thing is,
super ugly.
It gives me hope that the non-promo is going to look actually decent.
I mean, I wouldn't mind the old art. I actually prefer the oldest artwork because it's a cool goblin in a corner. But anyway, the murder promo is also gorgeous. The murder promo is
what I want to talk about. That's, oh my god, that's delicious.
The murder hobo?
Oh, hold on. I'll post it in the chat real quick so you can see this, because this is a really
It is a very pretty new frame, Tyler. You'll even probably like the design of it. Look at that frame.
Imagine that foil.
Slick.
Damn, that is pretty sick.
It's pretty nice. And there's a couple other cards that have a similar promo frame like that. Overall, I'm just excited to see what M19 has. Even the welcome decks have some cool stuff. Like if you look, Freeman, and they even spoiled the Planeswalker deck. Planeswalkers, like, there's some neat stuff even on the side in this. Land of War Elves is in the welcome deck after being too good for standard.
Did you see the list of Planeswalkers they mentioned were like the story characters to this set?
Oh yeah, Nicol. People think we might get a new creature, Nicol Bolas.
Ajani, Liliana, Tezzeret, Sarkhan, and there's one other.
I mean, there's cards from everywhere, but the story is supposed to take place on Tarkir, but we're still going to hear about the Elder Dragons from Dominaria as well. So who the fuck knows what's happening with this set?
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff's going on in a core set. I'm excited. Nothing but good stuff here.
Yep. So it's exciting time. Also, that watermark, the M19 watermark on some of these promos is fucking huge, and I love it.
Yeah.
The bigger the watermark, the better.
I want everyone to know which set I pulled this from.
Anyway, that's our Magic news. Probably more next week as we hear more spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, side note, Tyler, you probably heard this as well. Remember that designer search?
Oh yeah, how did that go?
Concluded last week. Although I gotta say, people are pretty disappointed. They really didn't advertise this at not because of the pick or anything. They really didn't promote this well, and on Reddit the posts never went far, so they never even reached like the first page of the Magic subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
I think Wizards kind of just didn't do much for it. They kind of just posted an article and was like, "Here's the judges judging these designs," and then that was it. And it's like, oh, you're either a card design nerd or you don't give a shit. So it's a little.
A lot of good stuff got bumped off the front page today. Like Mauro did his analysis of both the Mirrodin sets about where they fit on the Storm scale, and
awesome.
I love his article. So Tyler, real quick, Storm is a mechanic in Magic that was just very, very powerful, and they're probably never doing it again. So Mauro came up with this idea of rating mechanics based on like how strong they were and unlikely to be reprinted ever again.
It's called the Storm scale.
The Storm scale, where like 1 is something like, oh, this is really easy to fit in most sets. You're probably going to see it everywhere. And 10 is like, you're never ever going to see this in the game of Magic again.
Damn.
So he went through the two sets that both take place in the plane of Mirrodin and kind of reviewed
the two
how
blocks
busted
actually.
or how popular. Yeah, 2 blocks. There were 2 on Mirrodin, and one of them had a mechanic that almost destroyed Magic, Affinity. But it was a good read, and it got completely buried by spoilers.
Yeah.
So.
Every spoiler season, every post on Reddit, because the way the subreddit does it is every card usually gets its own thread. So you have to go like 3 pages back to not find people talking about the rares from the last 2 or 3 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Final note, I think the new Green Planeswalker Vivian is really cool. The art and the actual card is really neat.
At first I thought it was a Planeswalker deck card just because it seemed very simple, but I realized it's just what they're going with for her.
The plus and minus are all really, really cool. They fit the Ultra theme. Anyway, this is very early. This is going to be an easy hyperlinking on YouTube this week.
On to something not so magical. Looks like it's time for the Weeb shit. Ugh. What are we, 12 minutes in? Ugh, gross. Anyway, I'll get right into it. So this was a fun weekend. Or at least the last 2 weekends. 2 weekends ago, I was over visiting you, Tim. And then this weekend,
we'll talk about that later.
Drove all the way down to Atlantic City for my favorite, Anime Next. Just 3 whole days of pretending to be an anime character in front of other people who are also pretending to be anime characters.
Freeman, I got to ask before you go on, did you know that 2 people who we used to talk to were there?
Yes, I knew very much, and I was dreading running into them. Thankfully, I did not.
Sweet.
Yes. Also, I saw the show that they were cosplaying, so I just knew to avoid that cosplay meetup.
Damn.
Which was super easy because it was impossible to find any of the cosplay meetups.
Damn. Fucking rip.
But Friday, me and my team went as Food Wars, and we got way more recognized than the last time we did it.
Hell yeah.
Apparently, Food Wars is more popular, but it hasn't really breached the normie market because the dub didn't air on Adult Swim. But you know what show?
Know there's a dub.
Yeah, and it's real awful.
Oh,
so
fuck.
You know the girl, what's her name? Her name is Ikumi Mito, because her whole bit is that she cooks meat. Soma calls her Nikumi, because Niku is meat in Japanese. And they couldn't figure out how to make that pun work. Instead of calling her Iku Meat like a normal person would, they're like, oh, let's just fucking call her Meat Meat as her nickname. So that's what Soma calls her in the dub.
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I know it's because I bought the Blu-ray and put on one episode. I'm like, what the fuck did he just call her?
Jesus.
Anyway, but while Food Wars was not very popular, take a guess at what anime was the most cosplayed show there this year.
Please tell me it was My Hero.
It was My Hero Academia.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, when I first went in 2007, I played a game called Count the Narutos, and I counted 103 unique Naruto cosplayers over the course of the weekend.
Wow, that's impressive
like
that you kept track of that.
60 or 70 Dekus alone this week. It was ridiculous. Between Deku, Todoroki, and there was a surprising number of really good Bakugos.
Yeah, those are the 3 that people would cosplay.
Yeah, but there were a ton of them. Completely overshadowed every other show. It was insane.
Hell yeah, dude.
But that was a lot of fun, especially considering a very good episode of Hero came out the weekend we were there.
Are we talking about this
now? No, I'm saving it for last.
God, yep.
But then the second day we did Full Metal Alchemist, and we had I don't know why. The first year we did it, no one gave a shit. This year, everyone was 100% like, oh fuck, it's FMA. I need a picture.
Do you think it has anything to do with the live action movie?
So we were banking on that popularity, but the problem is the live action movie sucked and no one saw it.
But still, like people saw the headlines and probably rewatched the show on Netflix or something. Because didn't didn't it come back to Netflix recently as well?
Netflix finally got the last part of it.
I thought there was a time, like I remember when me and Val first started dating, we watched it on Netflix, and then I wanted to rewatch it a few months ago, and it wasn't on Netflix.
All of FMA was taken off the internet for like 3 months while the licensing agreement was worked out with Aniplex because they're sacks of shit.
Aniplex.
Yep. Aniplex America specifically is a sack of shit, but they worked that out. Now it's on Netflix, Crunchyroll, wherever the fuck ever it's hosted. But point is, people actually liked our Full Metal cosplay this year, which was great.
Cool. Wait, Freeman, are you going on to the next thing?
I can. I think I'm pretty much done.
Well, I was going to say, is this Fooly Cooley?
Yes, it is.
FLCL is?
Oh. So for anyone who doesn't know, Fooly Cooley spelled FLCL because whatever. But
I can't believe I got that. Fuck you.
While I was in Ohio, Fooly Cooley 2, or I guess Fooly Cooley Progressive is the name of the show, premiered.
Wow.
And first I wasn't going to watch it, but most of my Anime Next squad is super duper into it. So we watched it while we were at the convention. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't that bad. It was definitely playing up the references to the original. A lot of people are very upset because it felt more structured, which is something I liked about it. I didn't like that there was just like no rhyme or reason to half the shit going on in Fooly Cooley 1. So I enjoyed it. It was more grounded, but there is some mystery in it. I just watched episode 2 before the podcast started to see if it changed. It definitely got way more zany in episode 2, and you know, it dealt with a lot of the complaints I saw people talking about from episode 1. Generally, this is 100% for fans of the original series, but I'm concerned that the fans of the original series are just the LOL so random crowd, and they're not going to like this because it seems like there's more going on in this show. But I don't know. It's a good tribute to the original. Production quality is pretty high. I'm going to watch it. Don't know if I'm going to like it, but we'll keep with it.
But I'll watch it anyway because that's what I do.
Speaking of other shows, I'm not sure if people will like. Let's get to Darling in the Franxx. Because
for those at home, I would just like to point out that when Freeman added this to the show note, he put "Darling in the fuck" was that episode.
Yeah. So this weekend, Saturday's a great day for anime because you get Hero Academia and you get Darling in the Franxx in the same day. Hero Academia immediately had it was something like 1,200 comments on Reddit within the first 3 hours. I go to the Darling thread. Darling's pulling in 2,000. So I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I knew for a fact something was happening on Hero this week. But what the fuck happened in Darling? So I watched the episode today. I don't think I can't do this anymore. I can't watch this. Right when I thought I understood what was going on, they flip the show upside down and say, fuck you. It's sort of Gurren Lagann right now, but it isn't. But it's also Kill la Kill at the same time. And nothing we said before fucking matters anymore. Because guess what? Everyone who's evil is not evil, and everyone who is good was a sack of shit and is actually anti-spiral. And
what?
In a show about these down on the ground robot battles, suddenly fucking spaceships are showing up everywhere and the Earth opens up and a laser shooting out.
Hell yeah, let's go.
They were just fuck your scale. You went from 1 to 10. Okay, well we're at 88 right now, approaching 100.
That sounds like Gurren Lagann.
That's what they did. But Gurren builds up to it. This is more like, oh fuck, we spent too much time in high school. Quick, let's get to the galaxy battles in 30 seconds. They still have 4 more episodes to close out this show, but this felt like the next to last episode kind of material. I don't know what they're gonna do here. But the good news is the voice actor who was hospitalized from the show, he had apparently finished recording all of his lines for the show in advance, so he is not getting swapped out for anyone. Unfortunately, another show he's doing, he is getting swapped out for a legendary voice actor, but it's unfortunate that he's getting swapped out. But
yeah, it's always sucky.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep watching Darling in the Franxx, and I'm probably not going to recommend it to anyone because I can't believe the shit they're trying to pull right now. But speaking of shit they're trying to pull right now.
Yeah, buddy.
Food Wars
is
getting real fucking good.
Did you watch yesterday's, please?
I did watch yesterday,
Thank you,
and that's why I put it on here. Holy crap.
Can I just say, so everyone heard me and Freeman going, there's no or me especially, there's no way this is the end.
There's no way, this can't be.
So last week was flashback episode into learning about the dad's mysterious backstory finally, which was
terrible
fucking cool.
Secret past.
I defeated 50 guys in a Shokugeki. Tyler, there's literally a 50 versus 1 Shokugeki that the dad wins. He wins.
Well,
It's
of course
the
there
stupidest thing. But this week they're just like, nah, it's time for the Team Shokugeki to start, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ.
Freeman, aren't there only 2 episodes left?
That's right. So to clarify what's going on right now, 3 competitors from each team entered of these 8 people teams, and the season's probably going to end with the first 3-on-3 concluding.
I don't know, dude.
No, they got 2 episodes left to deal with 3 1-on-1s. That's 6 foodgasms need to occur in the next 48 minutes. So it's going to happen. They're going to figure out who's advanced to the next round, and then the next season is just going to be the Team Shokugeki. If there is another season.
Oh god, this sucks so much, dude.
I really hope there is. So Shonen Jump has gotten a lot better about making sure that if a show can get resolved in one more season, they'll try and give it to it.
They fucking better,
dude. Especially the Cap hasn't popular because it is still, what's it called? It is still super popular. Like I know I've brought up kind of briefly with you guys, but with Haikyuu, the 3rd season was very short. It was only 10 episodes because it covered a single very important match in that series. And it brought it like within a couple chapters of where the manga was. And, you know, normally you wouldn't want to do that. You want to build up and kind of have your 24-episode season. They said, fuck it, put this 3rd season out there, keep it like in everyone's attention because it's really popular right now. So I'm imagining the same thing will happen with Food Wars like 6 to 9 months from now. They'll put out like one short season to catch up that arc, and they'll probably stop at the end of the arc and let the manga keep going, and probably not the anime, but they'll definitely resolve this.
Honestly, if they finish this arc, I wouldn't care because it would. The fucking end. I don't understand how anything continues after this.
I mean, once this season ends, I'm going to read the manga up till this point, just to see how it was done differently. But I'm going to hold off till next season and probably pick up after that.
Either way, though, this Team Shokugeki is starting off fucking strong.
Oh man,
I fully expected us to get like the Megumi 3rd seat and like Kuga Team 1. Like nothing burger.
No,
Here we go.
The only one I like knew deep down in my soul was going to be there was Ishiki Senpai, but the rest,
he's so good.
The rest, I was like, okay, maybe that makes perfect sense.
He literally steals the end of the episode with this like, "Hey, why don't you shut up and make your cooking do that?" And it's even Yukihiro is like, "He was holding back the whole time."
Audience, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I
Tyler,
haven't caught up.
Food Dragon Ball Z right now.
No, Tyler.
What?
You watched some Food Wars.
Yeah.
Remember when he gets to the dorm and meets the apron kid?
Yeah.
The guy who just he's in this Team Shokugeki.
Okay.
And just
don't
now,
spoil it for him.
What did he?
I was like, don't spoil shit for me.
He knew so little that we could say literally anything, and he wouldn't have any idea what we were talking about.
What? He's in the Shokugeki. So what?
Don't ruin it.
Oh my god, fine.
Yeah,
There's
don't
nothing to
ruin
ruin.
it for me, nigga. Fuck you. No.
Oh my god.
I just took a hiatus. All right.
You better catch up, dude. This is spicy. It's getting real good.
Oh my god, I'm busy.
Not.
Tyler's been busy.
You're not playing a God of War game anymore. You'd have nothing to do.
I'm not. I'm playing Okami right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You guys are back on that?
Yeah, because I was like, oh shit, we were looking at games like to play next, and I was like, oh fuck, what should we play now? Oh shit, we haven't beaten Okami yet. That's right.
It's time for the 2 of you to play Persona 4 together.
Oh my god. Talk about never seeing them again.
Yeah, right.
All right, so just to end it, Food Wars was really good this week. But
oh man.
Nothing compares to the heart attack on TV.
Holy shit.
The let's all have a heart attack at the same time watching this shit.
So real quick, we didn't get to talk about it last week because we didn't do the podcast. But last week's episode, titled "All for One," was by far, because I've now watched that episode 4 times. That episode was one of the best episodes of Hero Academia I've seen in a long time, and it ended on probably one of the most spine-chilling moments of a shonen anime I've seen in like the last 5 or 6 years. Like, I watched the scene 4 times, and every single time I watched it, I felt the shiver down my spine when he just says, "It's him. It's all him. For one," in the post-credits scene. So the hype going in this episode was incredible. And then I told these guys, we didn't get a chance to talk about it, but there's one animator, I think his last name is Nakamura, but point is, he did the Nomu versus All Might fight in season 1. He did the
Todoroki
versus Deku fight in season 2. And they announced by the way, he's doing a scene in the next episode. Someone's like, oh shit, something ridiculous is gonna happen. So they brought in like the expert animator to do something. And oh boy, did they. This was a great episode.
It was
definitely
pretty
delivered.
strong. Wait, Tyler, you watched?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yes. Okay,
Just
I was worried.
Just don't tell anyone. You know what I'm saying?
Look, Tyler,
listeners, don't
straight
say
up.
anything.
So I messaged Friedman, or I posted to the group chat. I did I forget what I did the first time, but the second time, I texted Leslie directly and said, Leslie, you can't watch this show anymore because you can't take it.
Dude, I mean, accurate.
I was in shock that I actually saw it before you because I messaged you right after I finished. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And you're like, stop talking.
So,
I haven't seen it yet.
No. So what had happened was since Val has her dance class now, she has that earlier. And she had work, so she went straight there from work. And since, as I'll get into the store stuff later, I thought I wasn't doing anything. But then one of the guys from my Commander group set up Commander at his house for basically going forward, but I was there until like 8:30, and then we had to go back. We made dinner, so we didn't end up watching until like 9:30 with dinner. Because normally we watch it at lunch, but that's probably not going to happen for a while.
I worked overnight, Saturday into Sunday, so like I didn't have much to do, so I just watched it.
It was that rescue,
dude.
Oh man, so
dude, no. The second worst moment, because the ending is obviously the worst moment, but the second worst moment is the beginning when you just see Genus lying there.
Oh my god.
And he just flick.
Yo, he got.
He got it.
Oh
he got, and I was like, oh, it became very serious,
dude. Genus. So
Genus,
Val and I were convinced that Bakugo was gonna see what happened, see Genus like that, and go fucking nuts, because Genus was the one who trained Bakugo.
Yeah.
We were like, oh my god, he secretly respects him, and he's gonna have a meltdown, and then they don't even address it at all.
Nope. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm surprised they didn't do anything like that.
I mean, there was so much to do, they didn't really have time. I mean, we saw so much. The forcible quirk activation. Are you kidding? That's fucking busted.
I'll say that's kind of busted. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I feel like that shit.
Yo, when he started listing off the quirks he used to pull off his opening attack, I'm like, I sat there. I'm like, oh no, everyone's lost. There's no recovering from this.
How do you beat a guy who's like playing with 4 quirks at once to make like a death? He basically did the Frieza finger laser.
Essentially.
Yeah. Oh, and then what's her face? What's her face is gone. She's pretty much like a vegetable almost, right?
Oh, ragdoll.
Yeah.
So do you mind
we don't know yet.
I mean, I know.
Freeman, you kind of mentioned it to me, I think.
So we were. I was.
Oh no, you were here when we talked about it.
We're at Tim's house. Everyone's like, "Wait, what was her quirk to begin with?" So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go on the wiki and I'm gonna fight to avoid spoilers. I'm just gonna go to the wiki and go because every character has a section called quirk and abilities. So I go to her page and her section's titled former quirk and abilities. I'm like, damn. All right.
Fucking rip, dude.
But they pretty much confirmed in the next episode exactly what had happened because we already know what All for One.
I mean, we already know.
Yeah.
What like that he got her quirk, if nothing else.
We just don't know what became of it. We just know that he got it.
Or if she's alive. I mean, she seemed pretty fucking dead.
Hopefully we find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, but
that rescue though, oh my god, that was
so there was a huge discussion about why they needed to do their whole strategy if Bakugo could just launch himself up in the first place. And everyone agreed the guy who animated that jump made it way too exaggerated. So in the manga, they demonstrated Bakugo can only really launch about 10 meters in the air vertically. So he couldn't get himself up and get him away from the villains before they'd be able to react to him.
He launched himself a mile in the air.
So the animator made it look like he launched off a fucking mile in the air. But like he posted on Twitter that if his animation director didn't stop him, he would have had Bakugo go straight into outer space with that shot.
Goddamn. God damn it.
But like I went into the subreddit and like people are posting charts and graphs of like how high he had to get up because it was all about they were trying to get like the lateral trajectory because all they do is get Bakugo to jump up as they were above him, and like people got way too into the technicals of it, and I love when the community does that. But that shot was it. That was
money
shot.
though.
It was great.
Even when the best though is when Deku's like, dude, I can't call out to him or he's gonna say fuck you and let us go. You have to be the one who says grab my hand so that he feels the friendship and actually does it.
The only thing I was upset about is I already know there's the name of an attack that's going to show up this season called the United States of Smash, and I was convinced because Chris Sabat has confirmed he's very excited to voice that line. But point is,
Oh my god.
I was expecting, like, I don't know what the attack is. I just know that's the name. I was expecting them to save the awesome animator for that attack. So I'm not
has
disappointed.
to be next week.
I'm just
Spoiler
caught off guard.
alert.
It's probably next week.
It has to fucking be next week. After what happened at the end of this week?
Yeah.
United States of Smash. Jesus.
Yo,
man.
but the very end, when you just see him like half off and he's like just staring at the body and his eye just starts quivering around. Fuck. Oh my god.
Everything about that episode. The stakes were high.
I'm so glad we finally got to see All For One's mask and everything.
Yeah.
That
it's
was
a lot
like,
weirder than I thought it was going to be.
Because I know you and me had talked about, I think 2 weeks ago when you guys were here, it was like, oh, you know, we've kind of seen him, but it's always in shadow, so we just kind of see lines. This was like, look at this creepy mask.
Yeah. His voice was also great.
Oh my god.
It was so evil. I love it.
So good. I wouldn't mind watching the dub of that scene just to hear Chris
He's probably great. I wonder who they got to do
All For One?
All For One. Hold on.
Time
So
to
here's
find
the
out.
problem. My anime list still isn't fully functional, so I can't. So,
Jesus.
I
no.
forgot
Tyler,
to talk about this. I'll talk about
Tyler,
it.
What?
he was here. This was the greatest saga to listen to him freak out.
Oh yeah, he was telling me about it when he got back.
You guys don't understand. All right, hold on. So the listeners don't even know about this.
Oh, what about my anime list? No, we talked about it 2 weeks ago.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
You said it was down and it was soul crushing.
Yeah, because it's like too many heads use your Crunchyroll, so it's hard for you to even keep up because they're all over the fucking place.
Yes. So my anime list was down 2 weeks ago. For an entire 7 days until I'm at Tim's house, it's not working. I can't look shit up. They finally bring it back online, but profiles are still down. The API is down. Character pages don't exist, and you can't create new ones. So every show from this season is like straight up missing any character that showed up after episode 4. The database is incomplete. The files are missing. It's terrible. I can't look up who's voicing what, and it makes me very, very angry.
Jesus.
But yeah, so it's partially online, but I can't do this anymore.
I just Googled it, so...
Oh, what All For One's voice actor? I got it too. He was, in recent memory...
John Swayze?
Holy fuck. He plays the former director of Totsuki in the Food Wars.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Holy shit.
And shit we've actually watched.
I haven't watched the English dub of that, so I don't know if he's actually great, but if it's anything like the Japanese guy... Dude, he plays a lot of old bearded men.
He's done a lot of recent shows that I watched subtitled and not dubbed.
Attack on Titan.
Oh, I know
Junior
him.
High.
All right, he plays a lot of random characters. He's got a like a scruffy kind of voice to him.
Freeman, did you lean away from the mic? You sound really...
Yes, I did. Sorry, I got really far away because I'm looking around the moment. He's Van Hohenheim in Full Metal Alchemist. That's who he is.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
That's great.
all you need to know.
Nice.
Solid take. That's awesome.
Nothing. Oh shit. He's Shinji's dad in Evangelion.
Oh shit.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Nothing else
Seems
matters.
solid.
Yeah. All right. So that's a pretty good voice they got for him. Should I move on to the last part?
So many old bearded men. Holy shit. Yeah, go
we
ahead.
were on that for a hot minute.
So probably
Worth.
the most insane trailer I saw all week, given especially that it's E3. But I'm on Reddit when it suddenly pops up, and the last time I saw a trailer for the 5th entry in a series, it was the first Smash Bros. Trailer, and it put literal shivers down my spine. But I go onto Reddit was it Tuesday? And that's when I see it. Best Girl 5 contest on the anime subreddit.
Oh my god.
The
already?
Waifu Wars
no.
are starting again. It's been 1 year since the last official Waifu Wars contest.
What?
Not the seasonal. I'm talking best waifu in anime.
Oh my god, not again.
And we're back. This year, the salt is flowing already. We just did
Oh my god.
we had 3 days where anyone could nominate any girl in anime, and then we had
Oh my god.
5 days or 6 days of pools where you just picked from this pool of grills, who do you want to go into single elimination?
Freeman, it seems like there's always one of these competitions going on.
Every season they do best girl of the season, but best girl of the year is the single biggest contest that the anime community comes together for.
Oh,
These
shut up.
threads
That's a
are
terrible
as
phrase.
big as the Hero Academia threads.
Oh my god.
This is like our Olympics, except it's once a year.
This is
and,
our
and
Olympics.
and it deserves way less
Holy
like
shit.
respect.
So you're saying they should everyone who's involved should be ashamed, not proud.
That said, I've voted every single day without fail to ensure that my waifu, Tadakoro Megami from Food Wars,
Yes.
made it through the elimination days. And she made it into the first day of single elimination. And now she's up against the protagonist from Danganronpa, which I'm concerned about because I saw a lot of cosplayers of that at Anime Next. So I don't know how popular
Probably
it is.
more than Megami.
I refuse to let Megami lose in round 1. I can't face the internet knowing that my waifu lost in round 1. I don't know what I'll do. I'd rather die.
Damn.
No waifu, no waifu. That's the rule.
That's the
God.
rule. That's the
Just
rule. That's the golden rule.
Fucking.
But that's it for the weeb shit.
All right. Do we even want to take a break, or do we just want to go for it? And we're just doing E3 stuff from here on out.
Well, let's pretend to take a break so we can put our sponsor in when we make it big.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, seriously though, do we just want to go?
All right, guys. When we come back, we're going to talk about E3.
All right. I guess we're taking a break.
And we're back.
And
All right,
we're back.
We're here to talk about
Okay.
E3.
We're talking about E3. No, for the sponsors, Tim. The sponsors. Come
No.
on. Come on.
Just
We're not
leave
that,
that completely
we're not that
unedited.
professional.
Exactly.
Alright.
Why do you think we're having this transition into
Oh my god.
Skyrim?
Them two.
The deluxe edition
So-
for Alexa.
I didn't even. Wait, is that? I didn't even realize you guys were talking.
So I put it as a joke referring to Elder Scrolls 6, but it also refers to Alexa version of Skyrim.
Well, I'm gonna delete Elder Scrolls from the list because I didn't realize you had that on there.
Oh,
you heard me.
yeah. No, was it? So did you see, Tim?
Yes.
Did you see? You saw
I saw
that.
the Alexa with. what
So
is
you know
it?
that's real.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's hilarious. It was a super funny trailer. Watching him play Skyrim on the fucking fridge, and he
Oh
presses
my
the
God.
ice release, and ice just dumps on the floor.
Yes. And I'm like, oh, that's funny. You could totally do some shit like that. No, it's real.
They
The
took your
product-
Todd
guys.
Howard was like, yo, it's real, guys.
They were like, "Hey, this TNT podcast. These two guys talked about making an Alexa game. Let's make Skyrim Alexa."
I like the tagline. Yes, that's right. The version of Skyrim
Right.
you never saw coming has finally arrived on the platform you never asked for.
Oh,
I mean,
yo,
Todd
yeah,
Howard
probably-
even said during the conference, he's like, in continuing goal to put Skyrim on everything ever.
I'm glad he realizes this. I'm
Oh,
glad
dude.
he recognizes what he's doing.
So Fallout 76, not to jump ahead, doesn't look amazing, but the Bethesda conference was honestly pretty cool. Like Todd Howard was there just a lot hanging out, and
Let's be real though.
The
they
hype
didn't-
surrounding 76 was insane before it was actually shown off, though.
then everyone was like, "This doesn't seem as interesting as we thought."
This
I'll
isn't as
be
good as
honest.
the fictional version we hyped up.
I don't give a shit about
Nope.
anything that they came out with. It's like, oh my god, finally pre-production for Elder Scrolls 6. I'm like, I
I
don't.
disagree. There's
What?
one thing. I guess if we're just going to talk about Bethesda stuff right now. Well, actually, two things during that
I
conference. that
swear
gave
to
a big
God,
shit about.
if you fucking say Rage 2,
So actually,
God damn
fine.
it, Tim.
No. We talked about this. I didn't actually hate Rage.
I know you didn't,
I
but I did.
look. To be fair, there's been a lot of post-apocalyptic games that are trying to do that same shtick now. I played Mad Max. I played First Rage. I've played a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff, and there's still a lot more to come. I don't know if I'll actually play Rage 2 without looking at it. I'd actually need to watch trailers to buy the game.
I won't.
I'm not inherently against it like you are, though.
I'm upset because the
But that's
first
not
game
what
was
I meant.
utter gutter trash, and I don't know why the fuck they're bringing it back. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. They tried to make it Borderlands.
You know why? Because they've
serious?
overdone. No. Because it's one of the only id IPs that exist, and they've already kind of pushed Wolfenstein too far. Like they have another Wolfenstein game where you play as Blazkowicz's twins.
Right.
Wait, how many did they put out recently? Is this the second or third?
This is like the third Wolfenstein game in what, like 4 years, Tyler? 5 maybe? It
Yeah,
feels like they've been coming out like
They've
every
been dumping
5
them
minutes.
out.
I mean, they came out with
Yeah, it's the
New
fourth in 5
Order.
years.
New Order and then the Old Blood expansion for that, I played New Order. Then there was another one in the US. Then there was like New Colossus or something was the US one, and then there was another German one, I think.
All right,
it's been
5 and 10 years, so it's averaging every other year now.
Yeah, but 10 years counts that shitty Raven one from years ago that I played from a long time back. That one was
New Order, Old Blood, New Colossus, and Young Blood. Those are the 5.
I'm pretty sure Old Blood is an expansion pack. It doesn't. It's kind of anyway. We're not talking about Wolfenstein because none of us really care.
Yeah,
I enjoyed those games, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Are we talking about Doom? Are we talking about Doom Infinite?
Yes, we're talking about Doom Eternal.
Yes, that's the only thing I really gave a shit about from Bethesda.
Dude, that's not the only one. That was the second one I thought of, but that's the one I'm very.
Well, what was the other one?
No. Let's talk about Doom for a second.
Okay.
Like Doom. Oh my god! All they had to show was the trailer. Oh, I'm so excited. That new Doom game was so good.
Yeah,
that was so much fun.
I was pretty hype about this trailer, but like I said, I'm not. So I'm gonna say another thing too, just before we continue. I'm not like these things are exciting, but honestly, if I don't see like a release date or anything, then like
sure, the
hype
hype
might
dies
as well
down.
not exist.
Yeah.
Not. Was this the third year that Spider-Man was shown off?
Right. This was.
I do not disagree. I totally agree. But for something like Doom, it's just something I would think about all the time anyway. So it's like, it's fucking cool. We know you're making another one now. Awesome. And you guys remember that No Clip, the documentaries?
Yeah.
YouTube channel? Their first one was about the Doom guys, and it was so cool to see the 2 super cool Doom guys from those things up on stage. Like the creative director of Doom 1, who like talked all the cool shit during his interview, was up on stage talking about Doom. I'm like, yeah, this will be great. All they need to do is they show Doom guy crushing a skull and okay, they're on Earth. Let's do it. Who cares?
I just want to know. I want to know what like the original guys think of the franchise now. Like the original,
honestly,
like John Carmack. Really I kind of care. I've always been interested. Like I've always, even though I was never really into programming, I always kind of look up to like what John Carmack did.
Sure, but it seems like it's the kind of thing where it's kind of like.
It's not his anymore.
Like the art takes on its own meaning almost. Like, I don't know. It's not worth. We have so much E3 shit.
Right.
But that was not the game. That's the game I'm most excited for from the Bethesda conference. But the other one that sounds cool is Starfield, which is their outer space. There was a super short teaser.
I say there's no gameplay though.
Tyler, if we're talking about gameplay, you don't go to E3. Like, come on, really?
No, I need to see some shit.
Tyler, we're talking about Death Stranding in like 2 minutes. Let's not talk about gameplay here.
But
even though that's labeled a gameplay trailer.
It was. Wait, no, but Starfield, it was literally just a camera.
Tyler, hold on. Also, I know one of the games you're most excited for out of this whole fucking thing had no gameplay at all, and it was the hypest thing at the whole show.
Shut the fuck up.
Hold on, the Starfield trailer is 25 seconds of planet imagery. I don't think this counts as a game trailer.
No. I'm not. Look, I'm only saying I'm excited for it because years ago I backed Star Citizen. I fully never expect to play Star Citizen, but I always want to play a cool outer space game. I love space games, and there's just so few of them, especially now that Star Wars doesn't fucking put out anything.
Can you tell me what genre this game is going to be, Tim?
Yeah, it's an RPG. They said.
What kind of RPG? Is it an action RPG?
It's from the guys who make Fallout and Elder Scrolls. I mean, they said we know what we're doing with this, so it has to be something kind of in that wheelhouse.
Sure.
Tyler, look, let me put it this way. We're not flooded with options for AAA outer space RPGs. Like, that's just not a thing.
You're right.
I'll take what I can get and get excited about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm just kidding.
Wow, I guess we should, like, we talked about Fallout for a second. Fallout 76 multiplayer elements and a nuke in the middle of the map all sounds weird.
Give a shit.
It's hard. I haven't cared about Fallout in a long time, and man, this did nothing for me.
Yeah, I was skeptical when they first announced it the other week, or last week,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I just don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, it's hard to care. I know I'm jumping around a little, but let's talk about EA's thing for a second.
No one wants to talk about Anthem. Their shitty Destiny.
I want to talk about
competitor.
Anthem. It's
Freeman, talk about
Destiny
Anthem.
2, but it's like if you took
Good.
Destiny 2 and you stuck the Diva
Iron
getting
Man
into her mecha
suits.
animation into the
Yeah.
game, then that's what it is.
So are you trying to play Anthem?
I'm trying to play Gundam.
No, you're trying to play Iron Man.
That too.
I
It
was
looks
like, this,
interesting. I guarantee you I'm not buying it, but it looks interesting.
here's my problem, right? Anthem looks really cool.
Yep.
I won't lie, it looks really fucking cool.
That jetpack flying around freedom.
That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Dark Void, baby.
It really does. But what stops me is the fucking publisher.
Yeah,
I can't-
I wanted to
Man.
bring up EA because, man, their conference.
Oh yeah, you were saying
I'm
that it was.
I'm gonna bring up something when we talk about a Star Wars game, but oh my god, they did like crowd interactions.
Oh
and
no.
So Anthem literally was like 10 seconds, like 30 seconds of gameplay, and then an on-stage like Q&A kind of session without like, you know, one of those things where it's just someone interviewing a few members of the team.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was like this woman who was running the show interviewing like 3 members of the team, including Casey Hudson, over like 10 looped seconds of concept art and stock footage of flying with a jetpack. And then there was like a bit of a gameplay bit where it seems like they edited it to edit out the fact that there were some big frame rate drops.
Damn. Rip.
And then there wasn't much else. And the suits look okay. They look like mech suits. Storm looks cool, but I'm the lightning guy, so I don't know. Anthem looks neat, but we'll have to see more.
Yeah, we'll have to see more. And I'm just their track record of releasing basically a half a game is starting to get old now.
Can't care less about Battlefield 5.
I don't
I'm
give
just
a
so not in
fuck.
Battlefield anymore.
Girls and games.
Look,
Girls and games.
I love watching all the salt flow from this game. It's just Battlefield. I don't give 2 fucks if you're a guy or a girl. I play enough MMOs where people play every character under the sun. So.
Yeah.
So I do want to talk about 2 of the most biting deep cuts at the E3 conference that also made it even worse. First thing was Vince Zampella. Tyler, you might know who that is. The guy, one of the 2 co-creators of co-founders of Respawn. The guys who made
Yeah.
fucking Titanfall and Titanfall
Yeah.
2. Remember a while ago when they got picked up for a untitled Star Wars game?
Yeah.
So apparently, after they show a trailer for whatever, the woman is suddenly in the crowd sitting next to him. She's like, "Oh, I have Vince Zampella here. What are you guys working on at Respawn?" And he's like, "Well, we're working on a Star Wars game." "Oh, cool. What's it called?" "Jedi Fallen Order. And we're working with Lucas real closely. It'll come out someday." Done. Nothing else.
Someday.
Are you fucking... I don't think he said someday, but still. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I imagine a nigga saying someday just to get
This
people
is
Jimmy's
this is
rustled.
how you're going to introduce that you're making another Star Wars game?
How long
Yeah.
ago did they announce they were working on it?
Like when they were acquired, I think shortly after the plan was like people leaked or found out that they were supposed to be starting on a Star Wars project. I think because
God,
I
this
think
is
it was
like a-
around the time when Visceral got shut down, so they didn't make their freaking game.
Interesting.
The second nail in the coffin was later on in the E3 press conference when we had a shoutcaster and a developer sitting behind a fake booth with 2 of the best RTS of mobile gamers out there.
Oh fuck.
And guess what they were playing? Command
Please
and
don't.
Conquer Rivals.
No.
EA has the fucking balls to show and then cancel Generals 2, one of the hypest things for me in history, like what, 4 years ago now at fucking E3? And now they're like, we decided to take Command and Conquer to a shitty grid-based mobile game. Wow.
Oh god.
Oh my god, listening to them be like, oh, is he gonna get the tile? He's gotta capture the tile to fire the nuke at the other guy's base. It's like, are you kidding? It looks like dog
Controversial
shit.
opinion. I might play this.
Fuck you.
No. I'm gonna say
We
this.
are done
It's
professionally.
Shitty. This is shitty. This
Podcast
is
canceled.
It's terrible that Command
forever
and Conquer
this
has
time.
stooped this low. But that said, this looks like a fun mobile game.
Holy shit.
Even if it wasn't Command and Conquer, I care so little about fucking mobile games these days. I don't have any on my phone. And
They're not
haven't
even
for
on my
over a year now.
radar.
But like, to take one of the most beloved long-running RTS franchises, I get that you don't want to release RTSs, but don't pretend that anyone who seriously cared about the Command and Conquer name is going to go to mobile to play this.
All right, I Google searched images for Command and Conquer Rivals, and like the 6th row down is a random picture of Midoriya from Hero Academia. I feel like Google's targeting something at me.
No, but that was so depressing. Oh my god, just like I've been wanting a new Command. You guys don't know. I think I was like in college in Utah when E3 happened, when it was Generals 2. Generals is one of that was on my top 10 games.
Yep.
And they announced it and then put out a shitty beta or alpha even and then canceled it. It was so depressing. Anyway, that was around the same time as Dead Space 3, so that really started me down the EA is pretty shitty train.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
one of these on here I didn't even know came out.
What?
All right,
Devil May Cry
someone
5,
else pick a game.
Devil
There's a
May
whole
Cry
lot of
5. I'm just skimming through the trailer right now. I didn't even know this got
Okay.
announced.
So this was in the
Fuck
Microsoft. Dude,
Fuck
so
that shit.
Tyler, if you read the text, you'll understand
Crapcom's
why I
at
put
it
this.
again.
So
Devil
I
May
will
Cry
say-
5 best logo ever.
So, I told these guys this. The way I watched some of the conferences, I watched Microsoft, EA, Devolver, and Bethesda, and it was all through the best friend guys. I was just listening to them to the conferences and their commentary while I was at work. They went so nuts when Devil May Cry 5 was shown. I don't really care about it that much, but I will say, if you Google it, Tyler, and you look at that logo, Cry 5, look at the video thumbnail everyone's using.
It's real sick.
The
Best.
dude, the gold, the like icy red and blue wings behind the text. It's fucking radical, dude. Come on.
I just want to ask this question.
Sure.
How are they going to reboot this fucking franchise and then have the audacity to be like, oh,
To unreboot it?
We're going to unreboot it. It's 5 now, nigga. Like, no.
Because
No.
everyone hated the new one. I thought it was fun to play, but I'm not a fan of Devil May Cry, so I wasn't offended by it. By like tons and tons of people were.
You know,
Well,
Dante
4
looks
was
like
shit.
he's cosplaying Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 here.
Dude,
Wait, what? No, all right, hold on. Let's get one thing straight. The main guy in the trailer is not Dante.
is Nero.
That's why
yes.
not the Nero.
it's
My
Nero.
bad. No,
Yeah,
Dante
no,
shows up at the end on the motorcycle.
Yeah, because everybody's like, "Oh, it's fucking Dante. He's young though.
Yeah, he's
it must be." I'm like,
literally
no,
at
it's
the end.
Nero.
No, it's Nero is the guy in 99% of the trailer, and then at the very end, there's Dante on a fucking motorcycle.
The one
and
with the
that's it.
actual white hair.
Yes, not the graying spiky shit, but the long white hair.
But
That's
yeah,
Dante.
Nero looks like he's doing a bad Noctis cosplay here.
Yes,
That arm though looks really cool.
the arm does look
This
pretty
looks
dope.
fun, but I swore after Bayonetta 1 I'd stop playing this genre, and I'm already breaking that promise because I'm eventually going to go play Metal Gear Rising.
Damn.
But after
Dude,
that,
you
never
gotta.
again.
Melons.
That game was so much fun.
But Tim likes bad games, right? That's what. That's,
Oh my
there it is. I said it. Tim likes bad games. Ripperoni.
Podcast canceled.
Podcast actually
Podcast
canceled.
canceled.
Boom.
No, but speaking of radical metal arms,
What?
do you guys know where I'm going with this?
That's right. PUBG is coming to Switch tomorrow.
Okay.
Not
So
PUBG, sorry, Fortnite.
Fucking
if you
fart.
guys, oh my god, if you guys
Jesus.
remember when there was a teaser trailer for a certain developer's new
Oh yeah,
game.
fucking Metal Wolf.
what?
Right? Are you talking about Metal Wolf?
No. Hold on. That's correct developer, wrong game from E3.
You're okay. Okay.
All right. From Software, remember the teaser of the bone with the thing through it, and everyone was like, "Is this Bloodborne 2? What is this?" Sekiro, I think it's pronounced. Shadows Die Twice. Looks like Dark Souls with a fucking grappling arm.
It looks dope as hell, actually.
Dude, that looks radical. I'm excited to play that game. Like, I've enjoyed my Dark Souls time, for sure. I haven't actively disliked... I've really enjoyed all 3 games, and Bloodborne was pretty good. I didn't love Bloodborne enough to beat the final boss, but this looks cool. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in this, and there's a lot of gameplay in this trailer.
Yeah, and you know what? I've been on record saying, like, I'm not a fan of, like, the From Software games, but this one looks actually really cool. Like, I'll probably end up checking it out.
No, this looks like a lot of fun. Like, it looks like they took it's like a feudal Japan kind of setup, which is really cool. They have a lot more movement and verticality, like I said, with this grappling arm that you can apparently grapple on top of roofs and stuff, so who knows how that's going to function. But then at the same time, a lot of the animations look like Dark Souls, and I'm pretty sure I heard a Dark Souls sword sound in the game, in the trailer. Like, I don't know, but I'm just excited. That looks like a lot of fun. But also in that genre, I know I put out the FromSoft thing, but I didn't even know this until I was scrolling through an article on PC Gamer before we started. Apparently, Neo 2 got announced as well.
Really?
Apparently, Bandai Namco's Neo sold well enough for a sequel, which is cool. I would like to play it because it seems kind of Dark Souls-y and, again, feudal Japan-y. And it was supposed to be pretty solid, but...
I'm sorry, was Neo the one that had multiplayer in it?
They all have multiplayer, Freeman. Oh, you mean
All
like
of the games
real
we've spoken about so
multiplayer?
far?
All the Dark Souls games have that like invasion system. Remember this?
Okay, no, I'm just trying to remember which one. I remember watching someone play like a feudal Japan-esque.
I mean,
Dark
Neo's
Souls.
the
Yeah, Neo's
the
probably
one.
the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
I mean, unless you talked about it in the last 2 days when they showed off Sekiro.
No, I remember it was
So-
my buddy Dan was streaming it when he first started getting.
So
Twitch
this is
affiliated.
funny. Neo 2 was announced at Sony's E3, but Sekiro was announced at Microsoft's conference,
Yeah.
which I find nuts.
Quick meta discussion here. E3 was all fucky with third-party titles. Where like Square Enix had their own conference and they chose to announce everything else at other people's conferences anyway.
I mean, Bethesda did the same thing. They came out at Microsoft's conference like, hey, what's the C5? I guess Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6 were kind of surprises.
So like, hey, we're butthurt that everyone else is going before us, so we're just gonna show our shit off at other people's conferences.
Oh, right. Neo finally came out on PC. I might finally play it since it's on PC now. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I wonder if the second one's gonna be PS4 exclusive and then come to Steam after the fact.
I don't care. I play on PC, so... I mean, I'm sad that... I thought Microsoft's conference was actually quite good, side note, but I super duper just want to... Oh, Neo's $50 on Steam. Well, I can't afford it right now, but I will definitely... Can I... Side note, fuck Steam still asking for your birthday when you have an account with your own birth date in it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But
It's
like,
the
what,
worst
but
fucking
what happens
thing.
if it suddenly changes?
This is the worst thing ever. They need to... It's literally years. Come on, guys. I'll definitely Let's Play Neo at some point. Holy shit. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to derail us.
No,
Even though
no. It
I'm
already
kinda
happens
spreading these-
all the time.
I know. No, Neo 1 was supposed to be really good, and it's cool that they're getting a sequel, but speaking of the Microsoft...
All right, what happened here? I didn't even watch the Microsoft one.
they did their usual indie reel, like where they show off 20 indie games in about 20 seconds. Expansion pack to Cuphead as well, which is very cool. Cuphead
did you
was
see
supposed to be extremely good.
The parody. I forget what the title is, but the acronym of the title of the expansion is DLC.
That's funny. I did not know that. I didn't
Wow.
notice.
Let me pull it up. Delicious
but,
last course.
That's great.
Jesus.
That's fit. They get it, man. The indie sizzle reel had a lot of really, really cool looking indies. That's all. I watched the sizzle reel. I would
That's all
probably
I
rewatch
got.
it again, just because there was a lot of cool looking stuff. It's like, hey, look, 3 seconds. Oh, it's gone already.
Oh yeah, I did like. Well, it was kind of like a featured game. But I think
When
it was
wasn't on the
India's
sizzle
fun.
reel.
Well, I don't give a fuck. Tunic looked cool as hell. It looks cool.
Tunic did look cool.
Yeah.
Tunic looked neat.
It's basically it's Legend of Zelda, but you're a fox.
Yeah, it was that one. Yeah. And it kind of had a voxely look a little bit. Yeah.
I like it.
Also at Microsoft's conference, Tyler, we have to talk about it.
Yo, what, Terry Crews, my nigga?
Oh, I didn't even add that to the list. You're so right.
I wanted
You're
to talk to
so
you about
right.
it, but I was like, no,
Oh
I
my
have to
God.
save it for the podcast.
I am so sorry. I feel bad that I forgot that shit.
Before we talk about the bad news, we talk
Dude,
about the
10th
good
year in a
news.
row, Crackdown 3 is at the Microsoft E3 press
You gotta be
conference.
fucking
Yo.
kidding me.
Yeah, no, Terry Crews is in fucking Crackdown. It's
We knew
amazing.
that already.
Well,
He was already in that
but we
live
showed-
action trailer.
but
Yes,
like,
we saw gameplay.
we saw gameplay.
We saw a video game happen, and that's the first time in the 20 years that it's been at E3 that we got to see gameplay.
saw
I'm
gameplay.
sorry. I'm only half joking when I say 30 years, but
It's true.
it's just been fucking forever where they've constantly talked about
Oh, it's
Crackdown 3.
Crackdown 3. It's coming, guys.
Remember when it was
It's
like with the
coming.
Xbox, it was announced with the Xbox One. It's like, look, we're
Yes.
going to do all this cloud shit with it, and then nope, we're not doing any of that.
Hey man, I lived through the Final Fantasy Versus 13 announcements. I feel your
Freeman,
pain.
you're
Yeah.
still living through the Kingdom Hearts announcement.
Yo, should I get to that one next?
Hold on. Yes, but hold on.
Yeah,
Tyler, Crackdown 3.
Crackdown
Looks
3.
great.
It does look fun. I'm like,
Orbs
I'm
are
pretty
back,
hyped
baby.
about it. Orbs are back. Like, I hope they're going back to the original formula.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm interested in it, and I'm glad that I don't have to buy an Xbox One for it.
Okay, so thank you for double confirming for me that it's coming out on PC. Tyler, I know we can't figure out that far in advance, but we should definitely try to co-op Let's Play this together.
Because we would be allowed to, unlike Halo Anniversary.
Yes, it would actually function unlike Halo fucking 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down to play that.
Because Crackdown 1 never came to PC, right?
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, at least that's what Microsoft said. Microsoft's like, oh, all of our Xbox exclusives are going to Windows 10.
That is cool that they are really doubling down on actually committing to that. Like
They
they're-
embraced on
they're-
the dual platform.
I know
Yeah.
everyone has kind of shit on them for years, or they were always like, we really care about PC, and then they didn't really do much, but they seem like they're really actually starting to get to the point where they're like, yeah, we're going to put out pretty much everything that's big on PC as well as Xbox.
Yeah, because like I played Gears 4 on the PC.
So Crackdown is only available on Xbox, but it is one of the backwards compatible Xbox One games, which
Interesting.
is cool. I would play that again on my Xbox if I had 5 minutes of free time. That game was a lot of fun. Anyway, the other thing that was at Microsoft's conference, though, Tyler.
Jesus, I don't want to talk about this.
Yes,
Whatever-
you do.
Whatever Halo Infinite apparently is.
I don't.
Who the I don't
That's right.
know.
It's the last one because they
No,
can't put a
it's-
number after that.
It's
Actually,
a
it's
new...
Master Chief's greatest story yet.
Aren't they all?
Yeah.
There's literally a line that was at the
Yeah,
conference.
it's supposed to be a new mainline game, but like I
Oh
don't
no.
I don't fucking like I saw it. And I'm like
Care?
I
No.
don't give a shit. Like I don't
Nope.
care.
You know why
Like-
you can't care anymore? Because after Reach and 4, it's just impossible to care anymore. Not even
Right.
like an insult to those games. It's just, dude. For us, 3 was the end of the fucking game series.
Yeah, like you get there,
Three was
like
enough.
that was our peak, and it's
Yeah.
like, all right, come on, guy. Like Reach came out, you're like, oh, come on, all right, stop playing. 4
Stop
comes
playing.
out, all
It's
right,
like,
guys,
oh, you're so
seriously.
boring.
And then
Oh,
5 comes out, and you're like, for real though, stop. Like you're
two
actually
even-
pissing us
stop,
off.
Please.
And now this, it's like, well, now I just don't give a shit.
We couldn't even call it 6.
Yeah.
Oh, also, this just reminded me. I'm just remembering things. So yeah, Halo. That's coming.
Yeah.
There was nothing in the trailer. It was just on a ring and Chief's there with his helmet off, of course, facing away from the camera, which is good. You know what? If nothing else, I hope Halo commits to never showing Master Chief's face.
That'd be great because
I
then all
really
the new
hope.
people. No, because then all the new people, right? Like who are like, oh, we get to see Master Chief's face. Never. You just get.
I don't want to. The time
either.
to do it was at the end of Halo 1, at the end of Halo 3, or never. You can't do it now. You can't.
No.
Yes, you can.
But they
You know
have
what
to
part of
give
it
him
is?
a face.
Don't even model it. Take off the helmet if it ever's on PC, and it's just a blank bubble. There's nothing.
Just a
We know
blank
he's
face.
No. We know he's a super pale, like almost albino
Yeah.
pale guy because of being in the suit. He doesn't get sun. That was covered in the books. I think he had brown hair and he looked kind of generic. Like, don't even model it though. Don't even do that. Who cares? No, but I think part of the, not to go off on a Halo tangent, but I think part of the reason Tyler, we clearly both feel that it ended at 3 was because partially that was in high school. Like, Reach came out near the end of high school, but we were already getting busy, and like after that, it's like I'm kind of done. 3 was such a solid end. It was so cool to have the little hanger of like, ooh, he's falling towards a planet, but then to have it go back to Reach, and the Reach was like, blech.
Yeah,
And
like
then
we had
4 was, and it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah, we had the climax. We're done
It's how low can we go here?
at this
Very.
point.
Infinitely
Dude.
low.
Here's the
How
thing.
much can we milk the cow?
Wasn't 5 supposed to be pretty decent?
I
feel
don't
like
know.
I heard decent things.
I don't know. You fight the Forerunner. Luke Cage is in it. I don't.
Look, if they're good in selling, more power to them. If that ever means, look, if we ever got like a good anniversary collection, maybe on like the next Xbox, if they figure this shit out and do like the Halo, like the God of War. I mean, God of War had multiple HD collections.
Yeah.
And maybe we get to the point of that for Halo. I'll buy that again. I'm the kind of, dude, could you imagine if because they've committed, I think they said Infinite's coming to PC.
Oh yeah, probably.
I would play the shit out of every Halo 1 through 3 again if they had a PC collection. Are you kidding? I would pay any money for that.
Even your soul.
I said money.
Hey
Your
man, soul is
my God.
currency
Anyway,
in hell.
I think like more power to Infinite. Microsoft's got their Pillar franchise, whatever. Kind of just whatever.
It's always
Um,
got to be there.
But the other thing I wanted to mention from Microsoft's not on here, did you guys see the fucking Gears of War?
Yeah.
They announced Gears of War 5 and Gears of War Funko Pop.
I didn't know about the Gears
No.
of War Funko Pop.
There's
No.
literally a scene of a wall, and Marcus Phoenix's Funko figure punches through the wall, and they're all animated and doing like the little like minion noise making thing.
God, I didn't see that. Holy shit.
It looks
That's-
hilarious. It's
sounds
hilarious to think
gross.
that the first Funko Pop video game is going to be Gears of War.
Jesus. That can't be right.
All right, we're chipping away at our list. This
They
one is
gotta
going at the
compete
end.
with the what are they called?
Those
the
two are the
stupid
last
Nintendo
two.
things.
Let's start working our way down. Oh, Freeman, you want to do Nintendo?
Well, no, I was saying that Funko Pop's competing with those stupid Nintendo figures that interact with video games now.
Oh yeah.
You mean
What are they
the
called?
Amiibos?
There you go.
With the
Have they haven't
Amiibos.
were they even mentioned this year?
They announced that the new Smash Bros is compatible with all of the
So
old Amiibos.
speaking of Friedman,
No, I was gonna save for last because it's the biggest
Too late.
announcement.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Nope, I don't care. Me and Tyler have you outgunned. This is the biggest
Alright,
announcement.
Fine. So, Smash Bros got the full reveal. Masahiro Sakurai, who was on the record saying, "I'm never doing another Smash Bros," hosted the video where
Guess
they
what?
confirmed that every single character that was ever in a Smash Bros game is coming back for the new Smash Bros that totally isn't a port of the Wii U version. Oh man, two
Yeah.
words: Ice Climbers. Could not have been more happy.
No, I was joking around about this not being as big of news. This is pretty massive. This came out today, so this is I only found out about it just before the podcast, but this is cool.
Like we knew it was getting shown up. They told us in advance, but it was just what were they going to show off? And I was so pissed. I had a production push today, so I couldn't take 5 minutes off to like sneak off and watch the video. So I just saw my feed blowing with Smash Bros, Smash Bros, Smash Bros. I'm like, no, I can't know anything. I got to see this video. And it was 25 minutes long. It was worth every second of it.
Can I say something, Freeman?
Go ahead.
This is not to put a damper on it because it's really cool. I think it's called Ultimate, right?
Yeah, Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Which implies maybe there's never going to be another one.
This might be the last one.
I will say, though, that's a lot of characters.
That's a lot of characters.
They're like 70 now, I think?
Like, dude,
Yeah,
that seems
every
like
character.
kind of too much.
No, it's perfect. I love it.
I don't know. It's almost intimidating to see that many fucking characters.
It's fine. They're going with the whole, like, you unlock it as you play it kind of thing. Like, they're putting the original 8, and you unlock them more and more as you play. They announced they're going to have, like, a progressive unlock system.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so it's going to be like it was with
Holy
Melee,
shit.
where Melee, I think you opened with, like,
Or the original.
16 characters and expanded 28. The original, you had 8 characters and went up to 12, but they said that you were definitely starting with the original 8, possibly the original 12 from Smash Bros. 64. And they said you're going to progressively unlock them from there. They did show off some new characters. One we'd already seen, which was the Inklings from Splatoon. But they confirmed Ridley, who's been rumored to be a character ever since Melee. So we can't believe it's real.
The meme is dead.
Unfortunately, the internet's very upset that Waluigi was deconfirmed as a character because he's an assist trophy.
Damn.
Lost a lot of
What kind of
memes
bullshit is that?
But wasn't he playable?
Wario was, not Waluigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Waluigi's just for the memes. But I
DLC.
am so happy.
If it's Ultimate, they might put out DLC for it. Nintendo's starting to do that.
The annoying thing is Nintendo can't come up with a good naming scheme for these games because after Smash Bros. For Wii U came out, the official name of it is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which they internally called Smash Wii U. The community has decided to just replace the A with a 4 when you write out Smash to describe which game you're talking about. But Smash Wii U is the name. If you go and you take Smash Ultimate, it's now Smash U. So you have Smash Wii U and now Smash U because Nintendo can't decide on a naming scheme for the Smash Bros. Series.
That's funny.
I wish they would just call it Smash 5.
Or as you have it in the...
Just replace the S with a 5 in Smash Bros.
Freeman, we left F3 behind a long time ago. We can't keep going down this road of replacing letters with numbers.
Look, if you can do Alien followed by Aliens followed by Alien 3, you can start numbering a series anytime you
That's
want.
movies. Don't give video games the same disease.
The same disease. God damn.
Speaking of diseases... I don't know. I was going to say
that's right. They showed off the full trailer for Pokemon Go, and
it's a disease.
I'm so angry because if you were to take out all the Pokemon Go catching bullshit, this is exactly what I wanted in a Nintendo console Pokemon game. It looks great. The walking around is amazing. The Pokemon look like we've been stuck on the 3DS platform for so long. People forgot what it looks like when they do full HD renders of Pokemon, and they look amazing on the Switch. And I'm so mad that this is the game that it's going towards. Because this would have been amazing. But they're ruining it because it's Pokemon Go.
Can I ask a question?
Soiling it.
Does this link to your Go account?
So it can be played independently. If you link them, there are certain benefits. Like you can move Pokemon between them. But
man, so people are... Oh my god. People are going to grind the fuck.
Only certain Pokemon can move between... But like from what I saw from the gameplay, like every time you catch Pokemon, you get experience. It's the same as if you had beat a wild Pokemon in a fight.
What?
So that's how your Pokemon level up. It's just by catching.
System.
Yeah, it's 100% the Go system. The point is, they do have level ups. They do have trainer battles, and they also confirm like normal style gym battles. But I don't understand. The only time you ever actually battle in this game is the gym battles when it matters. All of your leveling up and training is all just catching. So there's this big disconnect between what you're doing, like throughout the game, and like what your actual goal is.
That's so fucking lame because the whole idea is if you grind up your Pokemon, they can just one-shot the guys. But if you're one-shotting Pokemon, you don't catch anything.
Well, the thing is, if you're just be spending years and years catching more Pokemon to level up. But the thing that's annoying is. Like,
wait, do you not even fight to catch still? Is it like
no? It's just Go where the Pokemon's throwing balls at it.
You're just throwing balls.
Like you'll walk into your first gym and it'll be like, wow, this is my 5th fight. I don't even know what my moves do yet.
Well, you saw the trailer, didn't you, Tim?
Nope, I sure didn't.
What the fuck? Oh, you even get a plastic Pokeball, my dude.
No, that's extra. You gotta pay extra for that. And
you do gotta pay extra.
It is Mew in the game.
Yeah. So I mean, there's that.
God.
What do you mean? It's amazing. We're gonna buy it.
I mean, you guys might fucking buy it.
No, I would
I'm not
fucking
buying it.
I'd break my Switch before I did that.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm watching this and like, if you took out the whole catching as your leveling up mechanic, I would buy this in a heartbeat. But because
Sure,
that's it,
dude, it looks cool.
like it looks
From the
great, but it's like
pictures
I don't actually want to play Pokemon Go catching the game.
Yeah, what
Come
the
on,
fuck?
go get them.
Like if you just were to just take that part out and put in a regular fucking combat system, this would be the greatest Red and Blue remake ever.
Actually,
buy it.
But
Just
no,
it
like,
looks
have
so
another one.
nice, and then it's like, it's time to catch Pokemon. You just
What?
throw Pokeballs at. I'm like, get the fuck out of here!
Stop
like,
it.
So
Why did you waste
how-
all this resource on a Pokemon Go wrapper?
Exactly. Actually, though, the time they could have spent making this fucking game, they could have made the Switch game, whatever the fuck that is, when it comes out, a lot better. Or they could have put it towards like a different IP, like, oh, I don't know, another F-Zero game. That way, ain't ever getting.
Look, I'm just gonna pretend
Oh,
there
no.
is no Pokemon game until Pokemon Orange and Purple get announced next year.
There you go. Orange and purple.
That's what I'm gonna call until they get their real name.
Yeah.
Code names. All right. How do we? Shit. How do we get
Let's
into
just
something else?
fucking talk about Death Stranding and the weird
let's talk
baby
about Death
showing his
Stranding.
ass.
Please do. Please do.
Holy shit! So for anyone who saw the trailer, welcome to the confusion because none of this makes any sense at all.
Yeah,
It was
gameplay
Cats and
though.
dogs living together.
So Death
massive
Stranding is a walking simulator, but it's also Amazon Prime Delivery Simulator 2018. So
I'm a
apparently-
delivery man.
Apparently, his job is to deliver shit because the world became dangerous. Whenever it's raining, it's not called rainfall; it's called timefall. Because when the rain hits you, you start to age. So I looked into what the hell's actually going on. People carry infant babies inside of them, so that way when they get hit by the rain and age and die, the baby will age up to the age that they previously were, and the consciousness transfers. That's why Norman Reedus is walking around with
Holy
this baby all the
shit.
time. And
Yeah.
people like eat fetuses. They always have a baby on hand to become when they age. But there's these like ghostly things that are also trying to kill you, but they have umbilical cords. So there's all this weird Kojima symbolism floating around on top of what seems to be literally no gameplay and mostly just teasers of Norman Reedus like injuring himself.
I'll say it's
Dude,
gonna be
sounds like a
weird
fucking Kojima game.
This is a
between
Kojima game.
Kojima and fucking Guillermo del Toro. Like, it's gonna be a lot of weird shit. Fucking when my friend, because he watched the trailer before me, I was like, damn, like, was it good? He's like, yeah, the baby like pulled out a Glock from his stomach and handed it to Norman. I half believed him. He's like, no, that didn't happen, but you believe me, didn't you? I was like, yeah.
I don't know. One of the top comments on the subreddit discussion was like, "This is what happens when Konami isn't there to tell Kojima no."
I mean, it looks interesting. I'm still probably gonna give it a shot because, like, the tense moments, right? Like walking through, is pretty nice. I won't lie.
I mean, I'm gonna put it this way: I highly overrate how important story is to games. A game could have shit gameplay, and I will play it for the story. So I'm probably gonna play Death Stranding.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Freeman, talk about this
Are we
one.
gonna talk about indie movies? The game.
What, the first one? On the
Hell
list?
yeah, dude. That's a good name for that, Tyler.
Oh my fucking god! All right, Life is Strange. Still have to play that last chapter. But point is, Life is Strange 2 is coming out in order to build hype because they got a lot of their popularity over Episode 1 being free when they released it. Is they're releasing a prequel to Life is Strange 2 to introduce you to some of the characters who are important, kind of explain how the series is branching off from the first one. They're releasing, what is it called? It's like Life is Strange Captain something, Captain Sparkle, Captain Magic. What the fuck is this called? Captain something. Captain
Only you would
Spirit.
know.
There you go. I had to Google this. Honestly, it looks kind of eh. I'm hoping it's at least interesting in the grand scheme when Life is Strange 2 finally comes out. But the fact that this is a free game that everyone can play on, what is it, Xbox, PS4, PC in
Probably.
like 2 weeks from now, I think. It's 26th, I think it's coming out.
I thought it was like.
Is it
already-
July or is it June?
Is it not one of the ones that was already out?
No, June 26th is when it's coming out for free for everyone. So this is 100% just a build hype for 2. I'm gonna, judge it lightly because it just seems like it's gonna be a quick demo and story introduction. But no date given for actual Life is Strange 2. But I'm waiting on that because I hope they announce Indie Movie the Game Part 2.
Indie Movie the Game.
All right.
Blue is the warmest color. The game. Oh man.
Speaking of blue balls.
We got a release date for this though. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
It's already delayed. Delayed.
So I fucking called it. There's no way it was releasing holidays this year. They did the same fucking shit when they released a 2.8 2.8 final chapter prologue, where they're like, "Oh, it's totally in December. It's totally December. Actually, it's February 1st." And then they had the audacity to forget to take down all of the signs at like Comic-Con in November that said, "Oh, it's still coming out at Christmas."
Yeah.
But it got delayed. The trailers all look amazing.
Nah, you know what was jarring though? Because they didn't have any fucking English voice acting. When fucking what came up? Toy Story, and it was all in Japanese. Fucked me up.
Oh, but did you see the other ones though?
Yeah, I saw the other ones.
You saw the Frozen one. You saw the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
it's good, but I'm very upset with Haley Joel Osment's voice for Sora. It just feels very jarring because he's not 15.
He's not anymore. He's not a little kid anymore.
But seeing Kyrie at the end of that one trailer, oh man, it brought me back to 2006 when I discovered one of my first waifus. Oh man. Oh man.
Oh god.
I want to play this game. It looks ridiculous. This game actually looks ridiculous. Like with all the special action shit they had going on.
Yep.
I couldn't believe this is real. I'm like, this has to just be cinematic trailers. It feels like I'm looking at the original Versus 13 announcement video and how much jumping and flying around is going on. And then you got the gummy ship returning.
No, I can't wait.
I didn't ask for this.
No, I did. I like the gummy ship. The gummy ship was fucking dope. I had the best gummy ship.
Oh man.
That was my favorite. Fuck you. I love it.
Whatever. All I know is this game looks beautiful, and I cannot wait to have to find some recap videos to figure out what I missed in Kingdom Hearts, though. That makes sense. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts. That was. I was weirded out they showed off everything at the EA conference and then just repeated it again at their own.
Hell yeah, dude.
But that's what happened. I think that was everything I put on here.
I don't know.
Metro, I guess. They showed off the new Metro game. I don't know when it's coming out, but I enjoyed the last two. Especially Last Light. Last Light was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Last Two was pretty cool.
They have a trailer for it or gameplay or just cinematic?
I don't.
Oh, they have a extended demo on GameSpot.
Okay, then yeah, that I'll probably check that out. But I enjoyed the last two Metro games. I would certainly play this one. Probably wait a little while because the first two released kind of buggy.
Yeah.
And the Redux for both of them was noticeably better, I think. But overall, super fun games, especially the second one, like I said. And it looks like you can kind of customize your guns a little more than the second game and all that stuff. And somehow you're still playing as Artyom. I don't know how, but sure, it's cool. I'm pretty sure both times I played both games, I got the non-canon ending because... No. I think I did do the canon ending. Because it's the bad ending is the canon ending of the first game, and then the good ending is the canon ending of the second game, but I got the bad ending of the second game.
I'll be honest, I can't remember
where the main character dies. Main character died when I finished the second game.
Oh,
but
yeah,
apparently
same.
They're going with the one where he's the...
That's what I thought. All right, I thought it was fucking crazy. And I was asking my buddy who I was watching the gameplay with.
Yep.
I was like, didn't he die? And he's like, nah. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Did.
I remember him getting fucking annihilated.
He super died, and then you see the girl that you slept with that 5 seconds, and she has a kid.
Yeah, she has a kid. And I'm like,
she's
damn
like, your dad was so tough.
I'm glad I didn't survive, because then I wouldn't have to take care of this little bastard, actually.
Oh my god. I should look up what the other ending is, because in the first game I nuked them. Because that's the ending that leads to the second game, is nuking the shit out of the Dark Ones. And then in the last game, apparently, I don't know what the other ending is. I don't remember what No! I remember. Tyler, you have to do so much insane bullshit. You have to play the most perfect nice guy ever to get the good guy ending.
Oh, really?
Where Artyom lives.
Jesus.
And I need to look it up. Yeah, you have to do like every possible good guy thing. And
That's fucking dumb.
You know what's funny? I think, as silly as this sounds, I think in Metro 2, there's a scene where you leave a meeting and literally a stripper gives you like a come hither motion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally right in front of your path. So I just went and clicked on her just to see what would happen. And she just leads you into a room and offers you a lap dance. Even if you walk out without doing it, I'm pretty sure just acknowledging her means you can't get the good ending. And I did that.
Damn.
So
well, fuck that.
I'll have to look it up. But apparently he lives. So now we're going to Exodus. And it looks like they might not need the gas masks all the time, which is really neat to go on the surface. So who knows? I'm excited for another Metro game. But this game looks fucking hilarious.
Jump Force.
Freeman, you should know about this.
Wait, sorry, what?
Jump Force?
Jump Force.
Did you not see?
No,
Freeman, this is.
I've been busy.
Oh my God, Freeman. Shonen Jump.
Oh, I know.
Is
what this
making
game is. The sequel to the
3D.
last.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't fucking know. All I know is it had Naruto, Goku, and Luffy from fucking One Piece all in a trailer looking weird in 3D in New York City.
This is way too fucking serious for a sequel to Jump All Stars.
I'd never heard of
that
Jump
one.
All
I think
Stars.
one came out for PS3. It was just like it's the same kind of fighting system they're going to use for Hero Academia One's Justice or whatever. Oh, by the way, they confirmed it's coming out for Switch, which I don't know if I've been previously confirmed. But this looks way too realistic. This is weird.
it looks way too.
Oh, but
honestly,
once they get to the gameplay footage, it looks tight.
Honestly, though, that's part of why I'm not super into One's Justice.
Oh, they also announced Fighter Z is coming to Switch as well.
That I'm surprised by.
Yeah.
That game has a lot of shit going on.
I know. I'm
kind of surprised the Switch can handle that. But yeah, I just thought that game looked hilarious.
What the fuck?
This one.
So Light and Ryuk show up at the very end of the trailer from Death Note.
What?
Oh,
Well, like right after the title drops, like 2 minutes into the trailer.
Oh my God, that's wild! I had no idea.
So yeah, there's gonna be way more than just these guys in it.
This one is literally just a throw-in because I saw this. Who's it? Oh, right. Platinum Games, the people who make Bayonetta and Metal Gear Rising and all those cool games, Scalebound before it was canceled. Apparently they're making something called Babylon's Fall. I watched a few seconds of a trailer that shows nothing, and it just looked kind of neat, and it's a sick name. Babylon's Fall is really cool. That's a strong name, and they always make stuff that at least looks pretty to watch, if not play. But yeah, it's good to know that Platinum's still making stuff. I mean, Nier Automata was a big fucking hit, but after Scalebound got canceled, and then I think something else even got canceled, people were kind of worried about Platinum, I think. But almost done. Just a few more games to go. This one's just a personal thing for me. There's a game I played with my dad years ago. Not super long ago, but he played this game as a kid that they remastered a little while ago. It's called Star Control: The Urquan Masters. I've always wanted to let's play it for YouTube, but it's from the Star Control series, which is a really old space kind of RTS, almost RPG kind of thing. At least Urquan Masters was that I played. And apparently there's a new Star Control game. That's neat. And like I said, space games are at a premium, so more the merrier. All right, now we got 3 very important games.
Yeah.
This one's for you.
Man, Last of Us 2 got
It's happening.
some gameplay. And it was pretty cool the way they directed it or whatever, like the way they decided to present it, I should say. It was basically a gameplay that was wrapped up in a trailer kind of deal. So like it starts off like where Ellie's slightly older, and they give a nod to Joel. At least I'm assuming it's Joel. They reference Ellie's old man barking orders. So I'm assuming that it might be Joel. Joel might be still alive. So there's that, and then it goes into like a flashback, or flash forward, whatever. Like basically this scene where you play as Ellie, and she's killing a lot of guys. And I gotta say, the game, at least I know a lot of it is scripted, like I know that, but if the animation like in game for the enemies are just as good as how they made it at E3, which typically isn't the case. But if they keep it that way, man, that is some fine animation, especially some fluid combat. Like that was one of the things I definitely thought wasn't that could be improved in the first game, was like combat fluidity. I thought the combat was all right. Like it tried to serve more on the side of stealthiness. But like like if you ever needed to get into like a full scale firefight, I thought like it could have been a lot better. And it looks like they might have improved that a lot more. So I'm looking forward to playing that, especially since me and a couple of friends of mine, we were super into the first Last of Us multiplayer. They actually, I don't play it that much anymore, but they still get together every once in a while and they still play it.
Can I say something? I know that like I said, a long time ago, I only ever played like the first Uncharted game, but I feel like I have this thing with Naughty Dog and Rockstar where everyone loves their games, like universally, but all I ever hear was, but then there's this gameplay thing that always really isn't as good as I'd like, and I'm like, but everyone just seems to overlook them. Like GTA until 5 controlled like shit.
Yes.
But everyone's like, GTAs are the greatest. And then, like,
they're really quick
Red
to
Dead, same thing. And, like, Naughty Dog, like, I'm pretty sure the Uncharted's got better, but I remember Uncharted 1 controlled, like, not that well. And it was way too hard. Like, it seems like these two companies are the epitome of because they've both been PlayStation companies. They seem to be the companies that get these amazing games that sell like fucking hotcakes and get all the high reviews, but for some reason they just kind of have these overlooked issues. Like I heard, I believe that Last of Us's storytelling is fantastic. The stealth is good. That's all awesome. But saying like, oh yeah, but when you get into a firefight, it kind of sucks. Like that's kind of a problem.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, because like, well, I think I'm not trying to like defend it wholeheartedly.
No, go ahead. You can go ahead.
But like, you know how like the early stealth games like Metal Gear Solid, where the combat is there.
Stealth optional games.
Well, quote unquote stealth optional. It's like, well, you could go loud, you'll just fucking die, right? Like if you played the best example, right? Like you could get into a firefight in Metal Gear Solid 1, and you can win. But I'm talking like Splinter Cell 1, right? Where you have this gun, and when they say you should only really use this as a last resort, they weren't kidding. Because if you get into a firefight, like that pea shooter doesn't do shit, you'll just die.
Sure, but I don't know. It's saying that there's a difference between difficulty and feeling like it's kind of a problem to play.
Yeah. No, I get you. Like it should be polished. It should be polished. Like my friends will probably tell me like, no, the combat's really good, but I'm like, yeah, it kind of isn't. Like, when you're skulking around, right, like, and doing all the really stealthy stuff, like that's where it comes in. Like that's where the gameplay really shines. But it's like when you get into, like I said, when you engage in a heated fight, it's like, all right, like I could use a little bit more, which is odd because I agree with you. I think the first Uncharted game was very clunky. I don't think it really worked out very well, but they improved it a lot come 2. Like 2, I think they improved it a whole lot, and that's why I liked it. Like you could tell whoever was like working on the games, Neil Druckmann or whatever, like he like saw what was wrong with the first game, and storytelling and gameplay wise, and they're like, all right, we're gonna work on it a lot more, and they did.
Right.
So Like that's what's good. And like it looks like I said, if they do that with The Last of Us, if the whole thing kind of holds true to what E3 is showing, which like I said before, and as you guys know, and anyone else who is listening who pays attention to E3, like, you know, a lot of the times that's not how it goes, right? You see one thing and then
Oh yeah.
boom, it's something completely different than what they promised.
I mean,
Yep.
as one of the things I was watching pointed out, Anthem sure looks different than it did like last year.
Yep. So did, and like you go back and you look at all the other games. I think one of the biggest things, especially that they pointed out, Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, remember Watch Dogs?
Yeah,
Holy
Watch
shit.
Dogs looked complete. It looked like a different fucking game. And then when it came out, it's like holy.
Remember there was
shit.
the setting that people could toggle.
Oh
people
yeah,
found in, like the dev version,
Yes.
or like with the dev console,
Yeah.
turn on the E3 settings, and they were just a setting that was turned off.
Yep.
God, that was a big deal. We're almost done though. So Tyler, is that your game of the show? I know I said the last one was for both of us, but
yeah, that it was between out of the games that showed gameplay. That was my
gameplay.
most...
The last one didn't show gameplay.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
what
you're right.
that's
Yeah, I
what
see
I'm
what you
giving
mean.
it. Like Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm so hyped for, honestly. Like
Yeah,
it was
that's fair
between
too.
Last of Us 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, but like I was telling my buddy, like we were talking about it after E3, and he's a big Kingdom Hearts fan. Like he's big. Like he bought literally every copy of every remix that came out, and he's like, I gotta play all these games.
I see he's a
fucking
man of
twice.
culture as well.
Yes, yeah, you guys would get along. He's played literally everything, and he even said, he's like, you know, I agree. Like, because I told him, I was like, listen, I want this game, but the problem here is I won't believe it's here until it's literally in my hands.
All right, I'm gonna counter that argument with, I don't think I've ever seen a game with this many trailers and shit going on. Like,
Yeah,
I am now at the point where I accept that Kingdom Hearts 3 is a real game that physically exists somewhere on a computer.
it's
Like,
gotta.
up until now, like, I wasn't sure it really existed. It's all just been like vague hints and just possible CG mock-ups. But like, we're at the point where it's actually real.
Well, here's the thing. I want to know what the fuck happened at Square Enix, because like we're going back to Square and like Kingdom Hearts just like a little bit. But you know, I'm sitting there and I'm also watching the trailer for the new Tomb Raider game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this looks pretty solid. You know,
Dude,
the
I'm
last
gonna
two
play that
games-
too. We didn't even talk about that.
Right, the last two games look pretty good, and then like, you know, I
They were
watched
good.
Kingdom Hearts, and I'm like, how can Square Enix fuck up on two of their biggest flagship titles like Final Fantasy 15? Like how are they gonna sit there and literally kill the market with that, and then sit here and then be like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 3 is gonna take literally forever, but they're gonna deliver on fucking Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, and fucking Hitman, like all those Eidos like IPs.
Hitman 2 was
All
also
those shit
announced.
that wasn't originally Square Enix.
Yeah, like when they became a publisher and they bought Eidos, those fucking games took off. Like those are quality games.
Because
Yeah,
Eidos
dude.
knows how to develop games.
Yeah, but it's like, what the fuck happened? But that's the thing, though. It's like the Hitman franchise and like, you know, all the other games, the other two games franchise, like they were good, but like I would have never played them, right? Like maybe Deus Ex, right? I'd probably give Deus Ex a try, but like I never got into Hitman, except for Blood Money. I thought Blood Money was pretty cool, and I had zero interest in the Tomb Raider franchise. And then when it got rebooted, I was like, yeah, you know, I'll give it a try. I was like, this is amazing. And then like I played Deus Ex. I'm like, this is fucking great. And then I played Hitman Absolution. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I'm like, but then it's like I'm sitting here literally fucking playing with my dick trying to wait for Final Fantasy 15 to come out. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's not even 13. Sorry. It's 15 now.
Give
And
us
it came
money.
out. Yeah, give us money. And I'm like, you know what? That's
That's
what bothers me.
I just want to remind everyone. Last year, Square Enix had a press conference for 15 talking about like how they've accelerated their release plans, and by every year there's gonna be 2 releases for the next 2 years. In that first year, they only had 1. It was Final Fantasy 15. The second year, they promised by the end of 2018, Final Fantasy 7 Part 1 and Kingdom Hearts 3 would both come out. Guess how many of those are coming out in 2018?
Right.
Absolutely
goose
none
egg.
of them. Square Enix
Fucking
doesn't know how to
goose egg.
manage projects.
They know how to manage other projects. But
They know
I
how
feel
to
like
let other people manage their projects.
I was about to say, I'm like, I feel like they're just like they're giving the billfold to Eidos, and they're like, all right, just fucking do what you need to do.
They release
Because-
games that we don't have to.
Yeah, because I swear to God, the way they're handling these games is fucking abysmal. I can't deal with it.
Mm.
And that's why I'm so pissed off, because I'm like, I want to like these games. Like, these games are amazing, and I know Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably going to be good, right?
Yeah.
And
But you don't want to reward Square Enix's bullshit.
exactly, and they're doing the same thing with Final Fantasy VII. They're doing
Hell
the
yeah, dude.
same exact thing. At this point, they might as well keep this shit a secret, and then up until like they have like, you know, their gold copy, which in video game,
So
you know, standards is what?
So I know it would have been it probably wouldn't have worked as well, but could you imagine if they had pulled that day of release shit with the Final Fantasy VII?
It would have been a lot
Like-
better.
Could you imagine if instead of announcing it like 2 years ago now, instead of knowing all this drama in like 4 years, they just came out with Final Fantasy VII Remake at E3? Pretty sure the internet would just collapse.
Yeah, and you know what? That'd be better than the shit that they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't like this business practice that they're doing. Like, they're literally making empty promises, and it makes me harder for me to like them.
All right, so
And it makes them money.
So outside of Square Enix's actual bullshit, I only have one legitimate concern about Kingdom Hearts 3 itself. It's from watching all these trailers, I forgot how many characters in this series are literally just walking black trench coats with different heads.
Yeah.
I completely forgot. Like, when they're like, oh, all of Organization 13's back, I'm like, oh, good, you mean is the way they were before they put on those stupid fucking trench coats. And
Right.
Tetsuya
No, they're
Nomura's like,
not.
what are you talking about? They're all still wearing their coats.
Yeah,
But,
I'm
like-
like,
but, like,
what
they
the
didn't- They didn't give anyone like a different body type. They all have the same exact physique with these coats on. It's just from the neck up they look different.
which is bullshit. And like, especially when Marluxia came on the screen, I'm like, you fucking died. Y'all died. And then like, nah, psych. We all coming back, fam.
That's right.
Psych.
Oh, but that's right. I forgot there's fucking time travel because fucking Dream Drop. Fuck this.
Yo,
game.
fuck
Alright,
that game.
hold-
Yes.
no.
But I'm not gonna lie,
Look.
Goofy looks a little weird in 4K. Just a little weird.
Let's end this discussion on a high note. Side note, one of the funniest games I've ever watched a Let's Play of, Metal Wolf Chaos. Do you guys know anything about
Is that
this?
one of
I
those
saw
robot
the
games that was on
trailer
original
for it.
Xbox?
Tyler, it's one of the original. It was one of those few Japanese-only original Xbox games. The Best Friends did a Let's Play of this. This game is so hysterically, terribly voice acted.
Oh my god, it looks terrible.
Richard
This looks
Freeman.
terrible.
Freeman. After the show, you have to watch this trailer before we all get off. It's like 30 seconds. There's only like 3 lines of
If
dialogue.
you're gonna like
and
this
they're
to me, I'll
all
watch
this-
it.
I'm gonna you know what, you should just fucking mute yourself and watch it right now while we're talking about our last game, because holy shit.
Devolver and Metal Wolf Chaos.
Metal Wolf Chaos XD.
God,
'Cause that's the re-release.
I was like, yo, is this a mobile game?
No fucking way. No, this is an old Japanese only game. Here's the link, Freeman, for you. This is a Japanese only Xbox game. It is the funniest stupid thing ever, and Devolver's bringing it back 'cause it's a big meme. Literally, the Best Friends Let's Play, I'm pretty sure, brought this game back because they started this fake campaign called Free Metal Wolf.
Oh my god.
and Devolver Digital actually tweeted about looking into something about free, like they tweeted hashtag Free Metal Wolf 2 years ago, and now we have this trailer.
Holy shit! I
just want to
can't.
wait. Freeman muted his mic, so he's clearly watching. So
So we're gonna
wait a
talk
second
about.
for him to come back.
I was
No,
like,
let's wait for
we're gonna wait
just before
for
we
him?
go on to the last game, because we're gonna end on the super most high note possible.
that
because-
has
oh.
no gameplay.
Ti-
I mean, don't get me
Only
wrong.
one-
Don't get
no,
me
no.
wrong. I was
Only
fully
one
erect
company.
the entire
One
fucking
company.
trailer.
One company could get away with no gameplay. After
Are we gonna not
Freeman?
talk about the fact that the text lags every time it renders on
Dude,
screen?
yes, Yes, that's how low quality. They didn't give a fuck. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Let's party!
Richard! Like, all the names popping up on screen. I'm like, holy shit, this is
God.
terrible.
I know I don't want to... if you guys have time, you should just search Let's Play Metal Wolf Chaos.
Oh, no.
The lines... The guy who's Michael Wilson, the president, he loves to say, "Because I am the president of the United States," for like everything. Or his secretary will be like, "Sir, you have to meet with the Japanese ambassador. Tell him I have to go save America."
Jesus Christ.
Just watch 5 minutes of clips. It's so funny. I actually might play this because it's coming to PC. And the gameplay looks fun as hell. You're a mech with guns that shoot out of your shoulders.
Absolutely not.
Oh, fuck you.
No.
Way to only play bad games, Tyler.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Freeman, I don't know if you were muted us as well, but
No,
me
I
and Tyler
heard you guys
about
talking while I was watching this trailer.
the one company that could ever get away with no gameplay and managed to be the greatest game at the entire show. Fucking Cyberpunk.
Dude.
Tyler, you know they tweeted that it was exactly 2,077 days since they fucking showed that trailer.
Of course.
Wait, for real?
Did they plan this?
I don't think... Okay, I might be... Now I'm worried if I'm misremembering, because that sounds like it might be a little too far.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Something that they tweeted, that there was some crazy number of things that they... Like, on their press release or something. Oh, also... As if this trailer wasn't any better, did you guys hear about the codes in the trailer?
No. Are people trying to decipher this shit?
No, they don't need to. When on screen, when at the beginning of the way this was revealed, Microsoft's press conference is about. He said Phil Spencer's like up and he's like, "Oh, thanks for coming, everybody," and then black, and they start doing this hacking shit. And at one point, there's a bunch of red text flashing. Those were all codes for Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition.
Oh, God.
Oh, for real?
Yep. People found out almost immediately and started claiming them. I think they're probably all gone by now, but that's amazing. They put free codes for Witcher 3 in the... Dude.
That's crazy.
No one knew exactly what it was, but when he said it's the year 2077 and our city's a shithole, it's like, oh my god, we're finally seeing it. Dude, that...
From beginning to end, I was like, this is just great. Like,
this trailer is good.
This city has the most crime rate in the whole country.
People still want to live here.
Everybody still wants to live. It's like, fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's the sickest line ever. Oh, it was so good. And that car at the end
the
where
car.
the lights
I'm watching for the first
up.
time now. Holy shit.
Dude, oh my god. So apparently they've since announced that it's all going to happen in first person, Tyler. And there will be driving, which will be in third person, as well as special moves and cinematics where you can see your character. An interesting take, dude. I'm so excited. This game looks so fucking cool. I dream big. Like, fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Like, it looks like it's just... I know they're gonna deliver. I know CD Projekt is gonna deliver.
Dude, take as long 5 years. Who cares?
5 years.
Take as long as
you
need. I don't even care.
But it looks like they're already delivering on the very expansive world.
That
like
city
world
looks
building.
so well thought out and gorgeous. Oh my god!
It looks really cool.
It looks like you know how there's been this swing lately of really colorful games to kind of like, oh, look how it's honestly, I'm stealing this, but it's kind of Suicide Squad-y. It's like, look how creepy and pink and everything's so pink and colorful and everything, and then but it's really covering up how insane we all are. Ha ha ha. Like, this seems to be striking a balance between, it's not all crazy colors. It's a city, but it still has that underlying, like, you can see the juxtaposition. Oh, it's so... That music that cuts in.
It was a good trailer.
Fuck, it's so good.
Yeah, I might watch that
Oh
shit
my
again
God.
after this.
I'm already calling it up. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. But I like how this is the only thing that really went against like my criteria. I was like, man, I'm not hyped for shit if I don't get no gameplay or no
Nope.
release
Exactly.
date. It
Exactly.
literally gave me neither.
Except for this.
Doesn't. Huh?
I'm just saying, this is forget it. You
Yeah,
already
this is
said
the
it.
exception.
This is the
Who
one
cares?
exception
This,
to the rule.
Yeah.
Dude, all they had to show, this was like more than I would have hoped for. And apparently, wasn't it like playable at a booth or something? Or there was some kind of demo?
Wait,
I
for
don't know.
real?
I honestly don't know. I could be talking under my ass. The song was called Hyper. Oh my god! Because I YouTubed Cyberpunk 2077, and like the 10th result is Cyberpunk 2077 official trailer song.
So it looks like there was gameplay available, but I don't think it's
Yep.
you can't view it. Like IGN has a
it was
reaction
definitely
discussion
under-
for it.
Yeah, IGN. Here's 40. We saw 45 minutes of game.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
And they
Whoa.
boil it down to like a 5-minute video of them talking about it.
So this game is already more complete than Kingdom Hearts. Because
Damn,
they have
get
gameplay.
wrecked.
You
Get wrecked.
can
Get wrecked.
go fuck yourself, Tim.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Get
There's
wrecked.
demo available on site.
I just want to listen to the fucking drop after he says the line of "Everybody wants to live here." It's just so fucking. Oh god. Cyberpunk game of the century. Like I'm so hyped. Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
I
that is
can't-
my aesthetic.
This game has to screw up so royally to go poorly. I can't read this.
If
you.
it's bad,
you
we're going to
open
war.
link in a browser instead of clicking on it from Discord.
Is this shitty fucking
It's-
Kingdom Hearts
No,
stuff?
it's a Smash Bros. Reaction thread.
But then, oh god,
It was
I don't even.
it was the
get
it was the Ridley announcement because they announced Daisy early in the trailer.
Jeez.
They're like,
Oh my
get,
god.
get fucked. Ridley's not in the game. Then Ridley's in the game. So these are just all the reaction faces people
Oh,
are posting
okay, I
in
gotcha.
response to that comment.
Anyway, let's call it a week and go to weeks
Yeah, it's getting late.
because we need to. It's 11 o'clock.
All right, who's going first?
Oh,
Me?
yeah, you go.
All right, it's my first weekend not doing anything for the last couple weekends. I'm excited to sleep. But more importantly, my raid group has apparently been eating shit without me. I didn't realize I was actually that important to their success. So I have an important raid coming up on Sunday for Guild Wars. We're going to kill the most recent boss. And then I get to quit Guild Wars for 30 minutes before they pull me in again.
Yep.
But other than that, what was I going to do? I think I'm going to start playing Final Fantasy X again. I think I'm finally going to start doing that. Because I reviewed anime coming up and it looks like there's almost nothing coming up. So I'm going to stop watching anime and I'm going to start playing Final
And
Fantasy.
play that last chapter of Life is Strange, right?
Oh, yeah. By the
There
way,
you
I'm
go.
doing that. I'm also playing that as well.
Yep.
I gotta
need to.
remind
I
myself.
gotta play. All right, here's my cutoff. I have 2 weeks to play it, so that way I can, for the next like 6 months, say that I'm gonna play the Life is Strange 2 demo chapter, whatever the fuck it is, Captain Spirit.
Oh,
What?
God.
So that's what I gotta do.
All right. Nice, dude. Tim, what are you doing?
Well, I was gonna say that we didn't get to talk about Luigi and Freeman taking the trip out here, which was awesome. I do want to cover the store thing because I tweeted about it a little bit. Uh-oh, where did?
Oh, sorry to interrupt you. David Hayter is confirmed to be returning as Snake in Smash Bros.
That's
Oh, yes.
Talk about a get! Wow, I'm
He
actually
deserves
shocked.
he deserves work.
They said they couldn't confirm anything about the codex, like when he contacts teammates about other characters, but they did say that he's returning as the voice for this game.
That's
Cool.
nice. That's refreshing.
That's
Yeah.
solid.
Hell yeah.
So for a little bit of story time, Freeman and Luigi came here 2 weekends ago, and we were gonna go play Commander at the shop for like 6 or 7 hours. And earlier that week, my shop had put on Facebook, "Oh, we've having AC troubles. We'll let you know. We'll post daily if we're open or not." No post for days. We drive to the store on Saturday. Store's closed. So we didn't get to play Commander at the store, but we went back to the house, played. It was fun. Then fast forward to Thursday, this past Thursday, store posts on Facebook, "Due to our financial troubles, we are cutting down to 3 days a week, and we are only accepting players who pay to play in tournaments." So Commander players who just play for fun and don't spend much money, partially because they don't have money, or partially because the store doesn't have any fucking product to spend money on, are shit out of luck and not allowed to play at the store anymore.
Seems
I
like
feel
an
like
easy
that's
way to kill your
poor.
store.
Right. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like, well, because you mentioned, right, in the post that they said, oh, the numbers don't lie. It's like, but doing this, you're just gonna alienate. Because the thing is, the people who even come in to play casually, they still buy cards.
Yeah, like I personally spent almost no money there because I knew what cards I would ever need. The store never really had them, and recently they've had almost no sealed product. Freeman, they haven't had a Dominaria box for any packs to buy for weeks, if not months. Now that's partially Wizards' fault, supposedly.
Is there actually a
because of
shortage
bad
on it?
supply? Yeah, but they had no Battle Bond. As far as I don't think they ever got Battle Bond. And they also had an Aether Revolt box that was empty. They had like some Ixalan stuff and a Kaladesh and Amonkhet stuff. And and the case is always full of bad cards. And I found out that apparently about a month ago, the guy who was in charge of getting cards for the case quit. So they like had nothing to spend money on, and so they just kind of tanked. So that sucks. Luckily, one of the guys who I have become friends with in my Wednesday D&D game and my Commander group basically opened up his basement, and I created a Facebook group for local Commander players. So we're trying to, keep Commander alive, because I'm not the only, like, I actually admitted to them, like, outside of work, I met people in this area because of the Commander players at that store.
Yeah.
Like they're basically my friends here outside of work. And now the whole work thing, I'm not going to get into that on here though. And it sucks to think that I might have not ever gotten to see them again. So I made this group. It's already like 13 people in it. And I'm going to try to maybe post on like the store page and be like, look, we created this group for people to play Commander because we're not basically welcome at the store. We're not doing our Wednesday D&D game there anymore. So yeah, it just kind of sucks. But luckily his basement, it's not the best of shape. I mean, they're kind of country hick a little bit, so they have a couple dirty chairs and an old wooden table, but it's a place to play with a roof over our heads, and it's better than my cement basement, which is what my original plan was to get people to come into my tiny cement basement.
Oh man.
But yeah, so that was really disappointing, but kind of trying to rebuild a little bit, I guess.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Anyway,
magic finds a way.
Coming up this week, I also, as far as recording for YouTube, I should have been playing stuff other than Empire Earth. I've been playing only Empire Earth if I ever record. Or I've been playing Rome Total War randomly for fun on the side. I tried to play Episode 1 Racer and ran into technical problems, so I put up a poll on Twitter, and I think I'm actually going to do Alien vs. Predator Classic 2000 as the next Let's Play. Now that Shadow of War is officially over, which happened actually. But yeah, so I'm going to record that soon. I'm still recording Empire Earth. That game is still as fantastic as I remember. I'm almost done with the vanilla game. I'm playing stuff I've never played before, which is such a cool thing. It's so cool in an old game that I loved as a kid to play stuff that I never got to play because I simply wasn't good enough as a kid to play these levels of a game. It's like unlocking actual nostalgia stuff. It's such a cool feeling. But yeah, I'm recording that. Commander on Saturday because this guy's house is supposedly going to be basically always available for Commander, which is awesome.
Nice.
I'm trying to think what else is coming up. First peaceful weekend in a while, and when I say peaceful, I mean we have to move stuff out of the apartment because this is our last full weekend coming up where we have the apartment, and we still have a bunch of stuff to get out of there. We moved a ton of books and stuff yesterday, so we are basically unloading our apartment, and I'm recording a little, and that's about it. I know it's rambling a little, as always. Tyler, what's your week looking like?
Well, I don't know what I'm going to do because I've been doing nothing but working these past 2 weeks, 12-hour shifts.
Hey man, making the money.
Yeah, right. Making the money and doing irresponsible things like buying a gun.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I have to wait for my firearms ID card to be updated, but then I can go pick it up. But outside that, it's not really what I'm doing this weekend. I have no idea what I'm doing this weekend. I'm hoping I can just veg and not do anything
Sounds solid.
because I've been doing nothing but going nonstop for like the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. So to get some peace and quiet would be nice. I don't know. I might go to the comic shop. I haven't been there in a couple weeks because of
There you
this
go.
work schedule. So I'm probably gonna.
Do they
go
still
there.
have your box?
Oh, of course.
There you go.
Yeah, my box is still there. I still pull from it. Apparently, I have at least for the store is concerned, it is the cursed box because apparently everybody who goes there, who gets the box that I had, has always flaked on them. Like they would
But
disappear without a trace and like leave them with almost hundreds of dollars worth of comics that they never
you
picked
go.
up. And it's like, damn.
hell yeah, dude.
And they're like, man, you've been the most reliable person that we've given this box to. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
Lol.
So yeah, that's what I got going on.
Neato.
So I
think
guess
that's
that's
all
All
of
right.
it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna call it here. Wow, 2 hours without a break. Jeez.
We
Um,
did it.
Thank you all super duper much for listening. Sorry we missed a week. Hopefully we won't again next week. But until next time, my name is Tim,
I'm Friedman.
just Tyler.
and we'll catch you guys next week.